This time I am visiting all the subdivisions because we asked for requisitions, right? The districts which give us, and I found that it was not a proper requisition. Districts kept everything, did not give to subdivision. This time I'll be most probably April. I'll come here. I have already visited. I'll give to lawyers also. We have lots of desktops, new one that has come, but I have to distribute it. I won't promise to each and everyone there, but you all will get it. So somewhere in April or May, I'll be coming to Yang also, and your place also. Wrongly, I already went. So we'll do that. TV we don't have this time. Let's see, because phase 3, first year is ending this March. Okay. We have a lot of components. We'll be giving scanners also for digitization exclusive. And this time my preference will be subdivision. And I don't need, things don't happen the way I think every time, right? It's an institution. But my proposals are there. I'm thinking of the new computer technicians will be joining soon. Probably now the stage is at Viva. We have to conduct Viva. So I'll be proposing to one of the Chief Justice that we need to strengthen the subdivisions. So let's see how it goes about. I have a good thought in my mind, let's see. Okay. So we'll do that. But if such things are VCs are not there, I should know it. Of course, it may be a mistake on my part, not me, but I depend on what comes from this. Like every time now, when I heard that, and even when I went to wrongly, I just saw one computer that is Seva Kendra. Okay, and it was not functioning also. So I feel that I should go and see at least once in a while at the ground. Because districts say everything is okay. That has been said to us. And I didn't expect a place like Rampur, which has so many remands and cases, not to have a VC facility. And they sent TV, no, now don't return it back. Someone has to tell me, okay.
But that's an only TV now, they need all the SJA cable and everything. That arrangement has to be done, okay? But I think.
See, one aspect that I've been telling everyone, one of the district judges also, who is heading the districts, that eCourts provides funds. Sometimes it gives extra funds, okay, for establishing the hardware. It will not maintain it. It's all of state government. State government means districts. Districts because money comes from districts. So I've been telling the district judges, now I have not given in writing, now I think it's high time I should give in writing also. So while preparing the budget, make a separate fund for maintenance of eCourts things. Like if there's Justice Clock in there. No? Justice Clock?
No.
How it missed? Okay, no, the major subdivision, Chumtang and so on. So now if this breaks down, I could will not give a penny. Neither eCourts. So I do not know if sometime you get a chance to hear that budget preparation is going on, you remind them that. I have been reminding them time and again.
Those screens that are there in front of courtrooms, like outside the courtroom, that is
television.
Also, yeah, that is also provided. That is also from eCourts.
Yeah, everything is from
That is
eCourts.
also not there.
Everything is from whatever has been given. Now we will not replace anything. We means eCourts. If new things are coming, yes, they give us televisions, etc. But this time the scheme is quite different. You know, the problem is our state government. I don't know whether there will be funds because everywhere I see they say there is culture. So but I need at least 50 lakh from this state for 24-25. So we'll be asking them at least. Otherwise, my projection is 1 crore. So that whenever something gets damaged, it can be replaced immediately. That is one way out. I am thinking of keeping the funds in the High Court itself, and as and when required in the district. Then, or another thing that can be done is district who are asking for budget can ask their own money. Let's see how it works. So overview on policy and initiatives of eCourts. This was started a long time back in 2006. Okay, Harshil Bhavati, I think Justice then the then Supreme Court CJ. Now, why this eCourts, digitization of courts was required was, if you see even today, all other government departments, at least somewhere, are far ahead in digital transactions than courts. This started way back. government initiative. Actually, it was the government's initiative to digitize the government departments initially. Now, court does not come under the administration of government, so it was left out. So it was the Supreme Court, there was Justice R.C. Lahoti who said that we need to digitize courts also. A report was prepared and then sent to the central government, which agreed. And then the committee started getting, then from then on the committee was established at the Supreme Court. Now, court is quite different than other institutions also. The way it works, the processes that goes in the court, even on the administrative side, is quite different than what happens in the government department. And more so when it comes to judgment. It's something which is nowhere there. With the except of some executive magistrates, they do some kind of judging in some of the provisions where CRPC provides. And that's a very small part of it. But the larger part of it, writing judgment, witnesses coming and deposing in the court, etc., are quite a different process. There's no parallel in any other government department. The approach to, therefore, digitization of courts requires a different approach. Not as even once I used to compare with banks. If you see, even at night when you do some transaction in bank, it goes through. And it's such a huge. There are so many customers there. Without a glitch, it goes through. I have not been through any much glitch, except sometimes in central bank. Okay. And SDFC also, not in the usual transactions, but certain transactions which are not of the user nature. The digital SDFC was not that good. Now the reason why I found was that their security is very high. They have made so many layers. Sometimes so many things get stopped because of that. But it is one of the banks which has high security level. And because of this also, now the consequences of this is it requires high maintenance, not just in cost but in manpower also. Because of this, I have also seen why I am saying talking about banks. I will join it with courts also. What I am trying to say. With higher level of security, what comes is higher level of maintenance also. Whether in cost or manpower or whatever it is, or technically also. Now, that leads to sometimes, not in these basic services, but in other, some secure services, like if you are taking a loan, etc. You can do it online. Every bank has their own processes. So in this SDFC, the transaction being successful in these things is quite less. It is so secure that by the time you do everything, it's not meant to be. That's why SDFC, if you see news, it gets the most reprimand from the bodies that govern, especially from RBI, for not maintaining certain things. Their security is so high, they need to upgrade it every now and then. They cannot, because once you have a security protocol, okay, that becomes outdated after a few months or let's say even a year. So you need to, every security protocol needs to be upgraded, but the more higher you have, the more prompt you should be in your upgrade. So this SDFC usually gets, like from this RBI saying that you have not done this, we are penalizing you. Okay. So similarly in the ecosystem also, though our security protocol so far is secure, but it is not still not one of the best. And sometimes I think maybe it's naive to think so. One day I'll realize it, okay, what will the people do by taking out judgments? Let them take some hackers. What will they do? But no, there's a huge potential. Someone might change it and put it back in your website exactly in a way as if nothing has been done. That's a possibility. Someone, you are quitting and someone convicting. So don't think we only judges know how to write judgment. There are people who can write judgment as good as us, but are not judges. Such potential people do exist on this earth. Right? Though they have not studied LLB or some may have studied LLB. They can write, you can't, write of anyone in any field. Can't say I'm the best. So there could be people who will write much better than me and put a convicting judgment. And one fine day, the letter comes from ICourts, what happened? And you say, I have cheated. This is a judgment. These are potential risks. So things need to be very secure. Of course, websites are secure. CIS, it works on a point-to-point basis. That means it's a direct connection between our CIS and the server in Pune address, not Delhi address. The server, nothing is there in the internet. Now we are also enhancing that with SD1. We have used pilot locations like Chumphang and Soy. That's much more secure. And these things are there. Okay, so you cannot say that we do not need security protocols on this. So at the moment, in phase 3, more emphasis is on security of the judicial ecosystem in the eCourts, in the digitization process. So the ultimate policy is see. As on today, we all are arguing because in phase 3, the most important thing that they are going to bring is AI, which will assist judges in writing judgments, in procedures also sometimes. Now, once this AI becomes very high level, close to high level, now what they will give us at the moment will be rudimentary, just like you are writing a judgment and you are confused that, because while writing judgment you will see that, each case is different. You will hardly find a direct precedent. Hardly do. If it is not direct, it's not a precedent. Because it can guide you through, but it will be rare that you will find the same judgment with same facts and being applicable in that case. So now you may be confused, so now you just ask the AI what could be the best possible judgments in this situation. It will give you a list of judgments. Then you can choose it. So it's much better than Google. It will be much better than Google. Right? And that's how AI is being thought to be implemented in judicial system. Suppose new judge goes, procedure. What after framing of charge? You forward, suddenly you forward. What to do next? Just type it, to tell you this is the next stage. Okay. So these are the AI technologies that is being thought to be brought in the judicial. Or sometimes, a much more level, you may just ask it saying, in particular case, I have issued 3 summons. Okay, whether it has been issued or not. That is also possible to do. The AI will tell you 2 of the summons has been dispatched, 1. So it's going to make all things easier. And not a thing that it will replace judges. That's today's argument. Do you agree?
No.
Okay, so let's begin from it. No, knowing what? Just listen to the question. Today we are arguing that AI cannot replace judges. Yes or no?
Yes,
It cannot.
You mean to say yes. Okay, let's see.
Why it can't? So because in there, already pointed out, so many nuances in every case, and the human touch is always very important as far as judgment writing is concerned. And also, I feel that artificial intelligence has not come up to that level where it can replicate human consciousness as well. So I guess the wisdom and discretion is needed of a human
Listen
being
to my question.
as far as...
As of today, we are arguing AI cannot replace judges. Yes or no? As of today, I said. Your answer was also as of today. No? Okay, so Mia?
Same thing, sir, because there are a lot of situations.
Are you saving your job?
No. I mean, it would be great if you had to.
Are you biased because you are a judge?
No, not
So
at all.
just say it freely. Stay in the middle and say.
No, not because I'm biased. It's just looking, even if I was not a judge, I'm looking from the third person's perspective. I don't think so. It's possible. It's not possible that it's because there are so many situations that may arise in the courtroom then and there. Even when we sit there are some situations when we think that oh, this hasn't happened before. So we have to decide those situations there.
Why do you think only you can decide? Why not AI?
So because AI is algorithm.
Yeah.
And the algorithm will not be prepared to tackle with every situation because it is human fed.
Okay. I'll tell you something about this. Yes, he's about to vomit.
So I concur to what they have said.
Don't mind the words, okay? Just
Like, it misses the human element, and AI functions on the basis of which has been said. So there may not be a situation that the AI, like a human
I
can.
wish I had that one. What to say?
Reason?
No problem, you are next. Okay, finish.
Yes, sir. So AI
What was
functions
this
on-
human touch which you are telling in a judgment? So let's take out one day. You're reading judgment. No, nothing else. What to criticize anyone? It's been long I've stopped using photo and getting lost.
So more than the judgment, I think it is the court procedure. No, judgments, okay, maybe algorithm, they will do it, but the procedure, what are you going to do?
Okay, Radhika, tell me one judgment where which you liked it while writing. You are still in this Sikkim.
Yeah.
Now, the Gangtok court website covers your jurisdiction, or you have your own website? Don't have it.
We don't have, Pakyong district doesn't have. And I don't think so this covers as well. I don't think so my court is shown here.
It should so. They don't know. Like we have Pakyong ko mother correct sir. You remember the party name? No, one day you remember. His name of party. What name? Just to a certain extent, I have a different view. Though I agree with what you are saying, I also say, just few days back we were making a message for HCZ, which I wrote that. Okay? But still I am not sure about it. Are you sure? Can't replace you. Are you sure? 100%.
That depends on how much AI will develop in the future. As of now, like you said, so
No, we are saying future. You know why? Tell me. Because we have no AI around us. Go to the outside world. AI is already in future. For us, AI is still not future. But for cities, AI is a living life now. I tell you, you'll be surprised to know what AI has done so. Recently, we were sent to IIM Bangalore. I thought I belong to some prehistoric time. Really. Anytime you go outside, Bhopal will not give you that much of exposure. But institutes are quite different. And maybe if you ever get a chance to go to this institute, IIM Bangalore. I have even studied committee. Now we have seen IIM, we need to see IIT. I want to see IIT and know it's totally different. Absolutely different. We are, I would say we are in prehistoric. So, you all have, what you all said some time ago, AI is human creative. You know it's not, it's the other way around. And I'll tell you later. What I learned, I'm telling you. Still you are not sure, because you made an answer that in future it can be, because we have seen a very 1% of AI by being here. So, what's that human touch? Have I ever given a human touch in my judgment? I am wondering now. What's my human? I have not done anything outside the law. Even in discretion, I fall back to law. The guidance from law. How much to punish. The only thing that, I'll give you one example, one case I did. It was a case of cheating, forgery. One person was working in the SJA. I won't tell you much detail because he has been convicted, so that you, in no case you may be able to narrow down to the people. I'll keep to fact to that extent. Let's not make so much. He was working in an SBI personalized division. There's a personalized division in SBI which takes care of higher clients. Only current accounts are maintained. Even Gangtok has. You know how much monthly rent it pays? This division 50 lakhs. Monthly rent for space. Okay? Just see how much its business is. So, he used to work there. Now, all these personalized divisions have, they take personal care of their hired clients. There's a huge transaction every time going on. And in Sikkim, usually in other places, the hired clients would involve industries. But in Sikkim, rich people have their accounts. There's no buy. Even I can open it if I have certain amount of transactions in a month or a quarterly or whatever, some criteria are there. So they'll take special care of it. Those people bank with these divisions who have not much time to take care of their transactions at the bank end. They will not be able to send their staffs also. Okay. Someone there is, tasked with looking after so many accounts of so many. Maybe they divide it so and so. This fellow he was a recent recruit, and then he was some kind of a clerical staff. But once, in our state, now if it was an industry, they wouldn't have done this mistake. But since it was a private individual who was eligible to open an account there, opened it and was transacting there. More so when it comes to Sikkim, the people develop these relations very fast in banks, etc. because of the nature. But it will not happen in SBI in other branches, okay? If they are too much, God knows what the services. I personally feel it's very poor. If consumer awareness was not awareness, if what would you say? If you are so concerned about rights in the consumer sector, I think that court would be having more cases than we have in courts. But we are not. They were busy to some of the men. At the most, we as judges can threaten. But really, from mine also, I also don't want to get into that litigation. Right? We have seen it. So, the people here are quite different. So, this lady had an account. She opened it, completely, almost left everything to the bank. She had ordered for a check. Once the check leaves got finished, she had ordered it. And the check leaves came to the bank. Now the bank gave her the check leaves. She found the spelling is wrong in the name. So returned it back to the bank saying my spelling is wrong in the check leaf. And then they said, okay, we'll return it, we'll bring a new one. After that she forgot. Oh no, that check leaf, she took it wrong, but she told them, bank said you can use this, no problem. We are concerned with your signature. So she kept it at home, but she was still concerned, I need a check leaf with my proper name. She kept that checkbook and bank said we'll order another. It came back, but she forgot. The rectified checkbook came to the bank and she forgot. She was using that old one. Yeah, suddenly one day she goes to a bank. She finds that when she looked at this statement, 10 lakhs is missing. One day 5 lakh, another day 5 lakh, through check. And she said, I never issued a check of this amount. And then certain inquiries went on, and later on after bank did their own part of inquiry, the manager was in a fire with other peers and investigation began. And there was this man who was working there. He had a girlfriend. He had got a job recently, and then his salary was not that great also. But it was high time for him to get married. Okay, he wanted to marry a very good marriage. He wanted some, high marriage. But he didn't have money. Now see, in law what do we punish? What do we punish? Menstrual. We are not punishing the acts. But actually when you come to sentencing, you see the menstrual. So it's the menstrual we are punishing. And this fellow, he genuinely wanted to marry. Okay. And what he had in mind also, which was not there in the charge sheet, but I found it myself. Now, these could be the human touches. It's nowhere mentioned. Neither he told me, nor I asked him, nor is there anyone, nor it came in evidence. I felt, in the entire case, this fellow, later on after being found out, he returned the entire amount. Okay. So I felt that this fellow had an intent in mind that, no one knowing it, he'll return the money to the bank somehow, whatever. Obviously it will be known. But he had a chance to put it back. Okay, and handle the situation within his bank itself. Of course, confessing to someone out there, or the manager, or I did this kindly for him, don't tell the client, it's possible. And the clients also, they can be called, and if there's no harm, then the person might say, okay, it's no problem, he did it, let him not do again, and don't put him into all this services. That could be done. That could be arrest, right? My money came back. People will be concerned with the money. So, he married everything, he was caught. And trial went on. Okay. After trial, I felt that these fellows, of course, now how do we see mainstream? He did those acts means he wanted to use someone else's money, which is wrong. My mind said it's wrong. I kept myself in the place of that woman with much less amount and someone taking it. And I could neither cry nor do anything. Thankfully it was returned. The money came back. There was equal chance that money would not have come back. The fellow had gone somewhere. And he, his planning was so perfect. But the IO, I was shocked with the IO who investigated them. They have potential. The only thing is they are not doing it. The fellow did everything. He brought every link. That's why the person got convicted. That too in a 420 forgery case. Very hard to convict. And then while sentencing, I sentenced him to 2 years. Sessions Court reduced 2 months. I don't know why was the reason of reducing just 2 months, but it did reduce 2 months and made it to, no, it came down to 18 months. Mine was 24. Well, it came down, Sessions Court said 18 months. While sentencing, it was argued heavily that the fellow has returned the money, and we all have those mitigating circumstances which actually I am unable to actually comprehend what is mitigating circumstances. How does it help me in exercising discretion while sentencing? Till date, I have not been able to understand. Hopefully, once I start deciding citizens' cases, this time in my historical cases, I found it very difficult to understand these mitigating factors. Because if you see, most of the judgments of these mitigating factors are passed in citizens' trial cases, which I had no experience of. So that fellow, now things started. Even today, if it was just 2-3 days back also, that this case comes to my mind very much. In fact, to you all, those cases which you all have convicted, because it will be very rare, will be coming in your mind differently, whether I did right or wrong. I had no doubt about conviction. In any of the cases I have done so far, I have had no doubt of what I have done. Because unless you think you are right, you will not do it. Right? But in sentencing, a lot of discussion there. So, till today, a few days back also, when I sentenced him properly, 2 years, the thing that ran in my mind was it was someone else's me. And I put myself there. I created no other examples apart from it. And once you put yourself in certain situation, its meaning becomes different. If I put you there, okay, let's think that if this money was taken, I would not have felt the way I felt when I placed myself there. It was a bit too much to me. So I think we should not place ourselves in that examples also, unless it absolutely matches. Have you ever lost money? Somehow lost your wallet. How did you feel?
I feel bad.
That's the experience that led me there. I have not lost any money from bank, okay? But that's the experience of losing money, which I feel is once was in school, gone everything, hostel fee, etc. And it was so hurting. How will I talk back at the moment? So, while sentencing, all these things played in my mind. And I said 2 years. Came out from my mouth, I can't get back. But wasn't he returning the money? He joining the investigation. Okay. And then he doing it for marriage, not for some illegal things. What are these mitigating factors that I should have come down to? Not more than 8 months. Sometimes I do. Fellow lost his job. Okay. So law says these are the mitigating factors you should see, but I think I didn't see. Okay, so would this be still a human touch, or I did not stick to the parameters of law that has been said? If it was not a human touch, so by human touch, what you all are trying to say is something good. What I told you right now would be something wrong which I did. So these things can be corrected by AI, the wrong part at least. So it's not that human touch main thing. Suppose there are so many cases where your judgment has been set aside, or again the court upheld it, or sentence is being set. So where you see human touch in it? Are these human touch changing, or it is the law that is changing, or is the perspective that everyone has of the law? So I am trying to understand as of now what it is meant by human touch when we say a judgment. Do we really have a human touch?
Yes, so did put yourself in the shoes.
Yeah,
of the bank.
yeah. So, but that's what Immediately I...
AI will not do that. AI will not sit and
Yeah, and what I'm
And
saying
also,
is...
if once if AI takes over, will there be any, going on a...
I still don't agree with what Mahima said. AI will not do that.
No,
It came out
so
of...
how will we feed consciousness? How will we feed emotions into AI?
See, the emotions which we have, from where is it coming? It's heart or where? Where it's brain? No, it's coming from heart.
It's all so biochemical, very biochemical.
Yeah.
So how will we put biochemical algorithms?
See, the
into
machine
AI?
has started thinking. I'm totally agree as of now what it is. But I don't see that it's not possible.
Yes,
That's
I
what
also
I
agree.
mean.
It's not
Because it is
possible.
not
Possible.
because AI is something that will develop every
Yes,
second.
second.
Exactly.
So to know.
Upgrading
Where do
every
So that's why I
second.
asked that question. So I would not still say yes
Or no, completely.
Right.
We can't, it's very grey, sir.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Now,
There is.
now why I'll give you one example of AI. Nothing is connected to it.
Okay.
So once we have the program in eCourts, then later on they give chicken legs. Where did you brought this? I told you. It didn't look like KFC, it was a cake. Then it's KFC, no, this doesn't neither taste like KFC. Normally pieces look like some thin legs, I do not know what chicken they were using. I don't know. It's been long since then. I have thought I will not buy anything from KFC. Then. So there are certain companies now. AI is empowering not the government sectors. Government sectors, they are saying, okay, we will also take AI, right? It's the private sectors where the AI is most useful and is being used. Now there is in some of the countries, just like you order burger. Now I want to order burger, and there will be an AI which will help me. I'll tell what are the tastes that I like, and it will create its own flavor and get you the food. Those companies are also there. So forget about ordering burgers. Okay, KFC burger, I have no choice, right? So however it is made, I like it. Maybe that's the taste. But you can order a food to 100% of your life. Every taste you find will be, you will not say no. Okay, done with this taste, I want another one. It is a little bit different. So see, the food industry has not changed fundamentally for decades. Some would say it perhaps has never changed. As it is core, it is based on the cooking and processing of agricultural raw materials. Only that the cooking and processing itself is sometimes very complex. But suddenly it is not clear what will be left of all this in 20 years. And I write 20 years only because this industry is slow and conservative, because it could have already completed change by now in so. In August 2020, it took another small but resounding step into the future. AI has learned to recognize the flavors of substances. Without the help of human language, type into the AI software a symbol of a molecule and it will say what its fragrance will do. So see the extent. Now this is too extreme. What I'm talking about is what we can do. We can just go to the AI, they'll guide us, Okay, while eating, what type of smell would you like from that? Then just put it in and it will send you exactly the food. I have not tasted it, but what I'm hoping is what comes is what to my 100% like. Right? And let's say we don't like some smell on that, it can be removed also. But this is just one example of where AI is going. Now while this training program was going, I thought extreme value naturally. Another use of AI that when you are going to the airport, what's your experience? What is there in your mind when you are flying? Tell me.
Flight will be missed.
Okay, let's forget to get to Bangalore. That's the worst part. Okay, whether there will be jam or not.
Secure.
Let's say your airport is nearby. Now you are in a much easier position, right? Nearby, no worries. I can move around at about 1.5 hours at least. Now the prescription of the airlines is 2 hours. For domestic, I think 3 hours for international. So how do you prepare yourself?
I think to make it more hassle-free, check-in and everything like check-in and everything. I do it only so that I don't have to stand in a line or I'll try to carry.
No, you have to stand in the line unless if you have a check-in baggage.
Cabin bag, that is what I'm saying. I'll prepare a cabin bag. And so that I've got the line.
Difficult now. Okay, here you put it.
No.
Because just cabin baggage, you just can't take
It's
anything.
not, if I'm traveling for 1-2 days and if I think that sometimes standing in line is really hassle for some people, lot of people. So I'll try to do that.
Okay, after that, okay, you have taken out your boarding pass, whether through kiosk or whatever it is. Now next is security, right?
There's nothing you can skip.
But let's say you are flying and let's say I call him, Naiditya, I need this report immediately now of the equipment which you have in your car. You will say me, so I am flying. I will ask you, when is the flight, when is departing? Let's say I see 45 minutes gap. No, Naiditya, there is time. I need it now. You do something, whatever you do. These things comes, when you are traveling. Okay. So now you need to work. Okay, suppose you are carrying a tag or whatever you have data there. We should be having actually. In future we'll be having everything by wherever we are moving, okay? You'll be walking on it. Now the next thing in your mind is the announcements are being made, sometimes gate change, whatever it is, so many others. But you won't be able to walk properly. So in future what the AI is contemplating is when all this ease in this airports, you just sit at one place. You just sit at one place, free with no tension of what is going to happen. You will definitely be bored, that is the guarantee. Whether your seats move towards the airline or whatever it is, something is going to be there where you can walk. Because the world is becoming like that, Everyone.
Recently, sir, I actually saw a video where there is a luggage carrier, some small thing that we put in our luggage, and that machine is updating. We can just keep it right in front of us, and that luggage is literally giving everything. If it's a gate change, then information will be reflected in that. We just have to fit in our PNR number and the flight detail initially when you enter the airport. After that, they'll direct us. There's a map from where to go and which gate, where will you find your gate, which directions. I was watching that video. It's pretty interesting and convenient also.
Now, there are two things. Is there a difference between machine learning and AI? There's a difference. Whatever, the DG Yatra, have you gone through the DG Yatra one? You have used? Now, see, I did not have a beard in my Aadhaar card, in my Aadhaar card. But your features are the one that it is taken off. And then it recognizes you, no matter what your features are recognized. You get through. Have you gone to point P in Delhi airport, where you don't need to, you can yourself check it.
Yeah.
With all those luggages, it self-scans. So they have started all these things out there. This is still not AI, but the machine is learning, it scans itself. If anything is there inside your luggage, which cannot be taken, it will tell you. It's not there, the package goes through. So, only we, see, to take, for example, our place doesn't even have app-based taxi services. Forget about this. Only few of the restaurants supply through this, whatever it is. Okay, so we have not seen much, right? That's why we are saying so. But I feel that, maybe a judge is required there to be kept. Yes. But it can decide to understand. Why not? What we do, we look into the past judgments and so.
There will be only single court then. No appellate court, no high, because it's AI.
Very good, that one. Because if everywhere has this, that could be good also. One court. That's a very good question, point you raised, because if you see, this hierarchy system maybe is a requirement of what was there. Right? And even if someone wins one will lose in the Supreme Court also. If someone goes, one is bound to lose. Would he be satisfied there also? The system provides only to that extent. So if in a point of time the system provides, kind of thing which is the last and final. So in this one, don't you think the human touch, because would the people go back if there's only one court? Would people go back thinking that, it's the machine did it?
People will be reluctant to change.
It's the machine is
They
decided.
will not trust.
So maybe it will take time, but in certain jurisdictions like what we are doing, certain like NI, you see NI, it's more harsher than POCSO. That it has only one direction. There's very little room to do anything in NI. That's why it's a summary trial. See, this type of trials can be decided in machine at one point of time. No appeals are required. MSCT, all mathematical calculations. Though it differs, Okay? But by that time, maybe the way of judgments that come in will be more technical in these cases, okay? No, 25% of, something means something in MSc. No discussion, nothing more. This is there. Then obviously the machine can do it. Judgment will keep The person is looking for money, how much he will get. He does not want what is written out there or a sympathetic word. He just wants how much money I am getting. These jurisdictions can well be done to my understanding. And slowly the law will change also. So I will still keep that, they open that, AI. It's not that AI cannot replace judges. I would not make a closed statement, even as of now. Let it be kept open. We have seen the possibility. The day I first boarded the flight, I realized that science is really true. From that time onwards, I don't look back to anything which is unresolved or something. I have a lot of argument regarding this at home. It's not that I am an atheist, okay? I have some kind of belief, but I don't believe in the rituals. Just few days back, my father was telling that for the deceased ancestors we are doing something, you come. I said, I can't guarantee. Had it been some other thing, I would have, okay, I'll think. Can't guarantee, I don't get leaves. He was quite annoyed also. And I see certain practices coming up, which I didn't see as a child. Nowadays, even in this region, especially in this Sharma community, so many such practices have come up from God knows from where they came. I didn't see those things as a child. When our, elders were more religious, they did some basic pujas. That Puran called thing I used to see it. But now things have got, giving 1 lakh, what do you say? That bhati or whatever it is. Burning that 1 lakh. Now this is what they are going to do next. So I thought, last time I saw one of my relatives also doing it. From where did this come? I didn't see this as a child. So many practices, God knows it. And I think it's kind of earning or whatever it is. Of course, it's a pure earning. I don't know, some say that. Sometimes, yeah, it does happen to all of us that, something miraculous thing that occurs and we wonder how it happened. But I still look for reason in that. That also, I'm not completely closing it up. So, AI has a huge potential. And okay. You see, even I used to think like what you said. AI is something which you feed. That's not AI. That's AI. If that is AI, there's no AI. It's human. AI, what we were told is, of course, they told us it's a technical matter, which I didn't know. AI means you do not feed it the answers. You give it the problem, it itself finds the answer, and that is the biggest danger or potential of whatever is there. Now we are thinking that, now how technically it is done, I will not be able to explain that. But to AI, machine learning is we give it answers. Right? It's one of the components of AI only. But to AI, only problem is given. It itself finds the answer. That is why it is artificial intelligence. So this thing, when it grows to such an extent, it finds answers to everything. Then that I feel human touch will also it can do. Why not? It's coming from brain and heart. So we just attach. It's poor for that heart. Of course, it pains there to the end. Now the pain that is there also is being given by brain and brain. Now Ubuntu Linux. This is another previous story. Ubuntu Linux. So many people are still of the idea that judiciary is especially judges need. See, Ubuntu Linux, there are two things, okay? There's one thing called open source software. I've heard about it. One is proprietary software. But do you believe none of the proprietary software are proprietary actually? They're based on open source software. Even if you see Windows. Now open source softwares have certain policies. What is open source software is like, we all four are, like say computer graduates. I can make a software, whatever it is. I'll start making something. It's open to everyone. She will see it, oh, this fellow, he didn't do this good, I'll change it to this. He can change it. He can, yes, contribution from everyone. Right? And no money is there. Okay? You do it as a matter of your choice. Like we four as a law graduates, we could start something of something kind of a law firm on our own. And of course money is involved there. But I'll be doing something else as a job, not as a practitioner, but some kind of law counseling firm, whatever we can call it. So I can go in somewhere, check in something, certain problems, yeah. So these are all pro bono. People are, but this has led to, but the problem is there. It's not that, I am a computer graduate, I did something today, I get time to do every time. Because I need to earn also, I have to earn, I need the money. So people have started devoting less time to this, unless you're absolutely passionate about doing something free. So the community is decreasing actually in the open source software. People have moved on to earning money. That's the capitalist world, right? So that as one of the things in this open source software. But all proprietary software, including Windows, whatever it is based upon open source software. Now what is the usefulness of open source software? I have created something. You as a community have contributed it. Aadhaar is based upon open source software. The Aadhaar software. Now, see, now why cannot, suppose I make something, you don't have to start from scratch. For your institution, you want to make something. You just take the open software, whatever, peripheries or whatever, even core, you get the core of open software, you can change its very identity also. Once you get that, you need not start from scratch. Someone has worked hard from the scratch to build something. Softwares are built like that, Scratch is there. Now once you get that software with its source code, you need not write all the source code, you can just change it at your level, what you need. It's that easy, open source software. And one of the biggest thing about open source software is you have to distribute it. You cannot close it. But I said Aadhaar is an open source software. The government has closed it. So against the, now this open source software policies are not very legally, no one challenges this also. And not a very high level legal requirement where someone gets it. Now Aadhaar software is picked from some open source software who developed it and they closed it. Now this can be sold. You cannot sell open source software. But what the argument other proponents give were built upon open source software. The addition is so much that it makes it proprietary. Therefore we close it. Either you ask us or we give it free of cost to you, or we are going to charge it. Okay, so recently, which country has taken the UPI source from our country and is being implemented in other countries? UPI, yeah. UPI has started working. And this is nowhere in the world, okay? Scanning and paying,
Yeah.
So what we have is nowhere in the world. Now why other worlds are not implementing? Nowadays it's such that no one has time. Well, India has all closed it. These are built on open source programs. But they are blocked it. They are not giving the source code. No country wants to start from scratch to do that. They have their own systems. Okay, if you keep open and free, every country will start making this. Okay, so that is open source software. Now proprietary software is it gets closed. You don't get the source. Windows will not give me the source code of their operating system. I cannot do anything on it. That's why once it crashes, you have to bring a new one, or get that's the requirement which works from somewhere in less impact. In fact, most of these shops also sell this private network. There are hardly any sort, because you can't earn very well in business if you stick to ethics. That's what has happened with Tata. They stick to ethics. Someday after whoever is his sons or etc. will change it. So otherwise it would have been one of it would have overtaken it as strong back. It sticks to its ethics. So yeah, now coming to Linux, why I talked about open and proprietary is now Linux. Linux is an open source software, it's program. Now Ubuntu etc. are a part of it. Okay, there used to be, it's like Windows 10 we talk about, Windows 7, the names given to it. and this one is not Ubuntu. This one is GNOME, no? Yeah, no, but it's pronounced GNOME or GNOME. Everyone says differently. This is GNOME, I think, or GNOME or whatever it is. Or pronounced can be pronounced anything. Honestly, it sounds so absurd. This is one version of it, okay. Now I'll show you Ubuntu also. You will have Windows, no?
Yes, sir.
Laptop.
Laptop. The more fundamental this thing of it.
Change to wrong or right?
Wrong, of course.
No,
Right to
there-
when it doesn't.
Who has time to make it wrong? There's no earning. You will not. Of course, these are more prone to crashes. Why you know? Why you know? Because, see, when you are selling something as a proprietary buyer, you try to be perfect. Here, of course, no one cares. They try to make it the perfect. Okay, someone else might say, no, this is not the perfect. I'll change it. Okay, so when the updates come to your Ubuntu OS if you are using, that will always for good. That will always be for good. No one has time to, work hard to crash Linux. No one has time. Why would they do that? What would they get?
Why?
No, I did it deliberately, but
See,
too much.
it's a question as to why do hackers hack? Or why
Yeah,
do
yeah, I'm coming to that. I want to change it to It's only a comment. And rightfully so. See, I'm using the word brainwash. We think it negatively. No. People use it in negative sense. I'm using it in positive sense because that was required. Judiciary was bringing in open source software. All had the habit of using proprietary software. So somehow our brain had to be washed, and our job was to come back to our place and wash the brain of other jails. We washed it. I was so much brainwashed, I started hating Windows. And that's what happened with other judicial officers also. Long time back, we washed their brains. But we did not know that our brains were washed. Later on I realized, okay, we were just doing our duties. Now, because it was a huge project, and this operating system was free of cost. Now, if you would purchase Windows for judicial officers then, for putting it in laptops or elsewhere in the courts, the money would not have come. It's the biggest problem. This was the fundamental reason behind opting for Ubuntu. Next thing, just like you said, even if it crashes, you don't have to purchase it, you can download it, you can carry it in a pen drive also, okay? So maintenance cost was not there. Fundamental thing that led judiciary to adopt open source was this, at that particular moment given the circumstances. But it has other benefits. It will not be attacked by virus. You know why? What are viruses? It's a program. Virus, malware, whatever you see, someone has programmed it. Okay, to do something in the computer. Now if someone does, it's possible to do something to Linux also. Okay, but why would someone do it? There's no profit at all. The moment it crashes, you will again install it. Okay, so there's no issue. No one makes virus for it thinking, okay, we'll attack Linux. And most of the top servers in the world, including ours, including up there at High Court and the main server at elsewhere, is as Linux. Crash it, we log in, install it. The only purpose of this viruses is to do something wrong there. Okay. So most of the world uses Windows. So that's the profit there. You make some virus, antiviruses, they say so. That antivirus is made by those companies which makes OS that you earn from them. And it sounds logical. Why are these companies there? To do some social work? To earn money. Simple. Right. So that's why it's possible that viruses can come. But no one has built such a virus for Linux that it will damage you to that extent. The crashes which occurs in Linux, even my laptop crashes many times, is because of various communities coming in and doing. But that's the beauty of open source. No? They don't care about these crashes. Let it crash, you put it again. First, you can put any other applications also once a day. You will not worry of wasting money to buy something. But we had a customized version of OS, operating software, Linux based, but judicially customized. The few customizations that were there was that logo, Ashoka logo, Indian judiciary written, that was one. And some of the applications were specific for judicial work. Now, later on what happened was, as I said, anyone can program this open source software. Some of there are groups also in this open source software. Some of them, what they did was, these proprietary people are earning so much. Let's make our source code a little bit stronger, so that it cannot be changed by some, everyone who has studied even a bit of computer. It requires a little bit more of knowledge. So it's called kernel, okay? The main part of the software is kernel, from where everything grows. They tightened this. Once that happened, it became difficult for Indian team to customize our Ubuntu. Okay, so they saw this as some kind of a problem in future. If you keep on going with customization, one day even open source may be so hard to change that it will be not worth sticking to, because customization will need money now. Now your committee will say, this is Linux, we need certain features on this. Whoever does it will take money, whichever private firm would do it, for customization, right? Because our team does not have, now they have a lot of programmers within the committee also. Yes, certain people who are technical persons, but then it was not there. It was being paid for customization, etc. That's all, at the most NIC, etc. were doing it. And next thing what happened was, the community decided they will not provide further support by way of, updations to Ubuntu. Okay, because Ubuntu is an interface of a Linux. Okay, there's so nice and GNOME. I forgot the name. There are many other 3-4. Sometimes at one point in time it used to be Red Hat. The earlier judiciary during the 2000s, post-2000, initials, they used the OS called Red Hat. It's a Linux. Okay, that's no more usable because it's stopped getting updations. As a OS for desktops. Yes, in other places Red Hat is still relevant. Servers use it, lot of servers. So now, but they said, the present one which is being sold here, this is GNOME. This interface is GNOME. Okay, now, for this they are providing the updates. But they said we will not provide updates to Ubuntu. So we were told in one of the training, use GNOME now. Because Ubuntu won't be updated and you all will be lost somewhere in future. So this is the, I don't know why they still have Ubuntu. Okay, if you still have Ubuntu, change to this GNOME, G-N-O-M-E. Change to that interface. If we are given, you will have Windows only. So I also didn't deliberately take out these things. There's no instructions in writing from somewhere that use Ubuntu or even Windows now shift to Windows. Okay, there's no point. We don't have customized version. And this Linux one, we are giving you Windows. You can use Linux, put it in pen and use it for yourself. You can download it and use it. They tell a technical team, I want Linux, I want Ubuntu. They'll download it and put it. They'll remove your Windows. Okay. So that's why I kept silent on this. Because there's no point, Because it's an open source, you can get it anytime. And the Ubuntu which I have, but GNOME, I have all those interfaces, Ubuntu, GNOME, etc. is the directly downloaded version, not the customized one. And our servers are using Ubuntu. Okay. So that's about various distributions of Ubuntu Linux and its versions philosophy. I talked a bit about philosophy also. We are the open source software people who are building it. And one fine day, if it gets lost, or we don't care, we log into Windows. If it gets lost, we can't get it back. Tea break is this one? Is it tea break or this? Huh?
Yes, this is the tea.
You all are free to move outside, okay?
Yes.
There's no problem. eCourts.gov.in. Do I need to tell anything on this? Do you have? eCourts.gov. Just URL which I used about half an hour ago to take out that
Yeah.
eCourts website. It gives all the data. See, High Court complex is 39. Now this is kept at High Court. I need to go to this court.
This sounds very complicated.
Yeah, this one is a little bit heavy. But this website, now see, these are very secure ones, okay? That's why a little bit heavy. We are a different website. Now this all, we call it SWAS platform, all the entire country has same similar looking website. And it took about more than 1 month for all of us to exactly comply with what has to be done here. This website is not it looks simple, okay? Oh, we did a lot of hard work, especially in my computer team and at the districts also.
West Bengal one is more
Okay, so no, it can't be. I told you that.
I think it was West Bengal when I checked. Either Bhopal or sorry, Madhya Pradesh or West
Okay,
Bengal.
let's
I don't know.
let's go. Anyway, for the district was I said, it's based on some there's certain requirements, you can't have. Certain things are required even to include these photographs. Ours got rejected twice or thrice of districts, okay? And we resolved it. West Sikkim, it was quite difficult to, they were the last to implement this. So this equals, it does have certain problem, but I think, let's say this is 21.3.
So who updates all
Oh,
this?
very good. Today? Oh, not very good. Just it.
That
Is
is
the
what
problem.
I'm saying.
I
Who
thought
updates all this?
it's the computer team down there and the now systems
This
will
is
be.
not updated.
When I was in West Sikkim, I used to do in West Sikkim I used to do it myself because we have the passwords of this website. Now the concept, see, they don't understand the duty magistrate concept. Now the problem is, that's why I said no, scenery, whatever it is, in future it might change. You said who updated this? I would say you. The situation presently is that. To such an extent, I have to sit and say, type the email here. Please just send in front of me. Then also I am not sure whether it went or not. It has happened to me in High Court. That is really not my job. Once I have signed it, done something, it's someone else's job. But it will come to you. So if your district's website is not updated, you come to the district judge then, what you are doing. Okay, because really people are not concerned down there. However, those concerns should come now, the way we are employing people, the way the qualifications now have changed, right? But still, much better than before.
If you are on
Much
this
better.
website, so there
West, I changed it myself. I used to update myself. All those leaves also. It was actually not my fault because there was not much job. We have this, there are passwords. You can't just change like that. There are passwords to these websites where you can change it, where you can change the contents. So duty magistrate, they should have removed this by now. And another thing about website is you don't remove old things. That's the problem. Even if you see that, have you seen the notice board? How many papers are there? Or they are not there. She is quite, someone, a good judge, so hopefully it's not there. If you see, the notice boards will be full of papers that were of last year or 2 years ago. Once that proposal notice is gone, now you have to go and say every time. I have been doing that at High Court. Just one, the previous building where I was sitting, where my office was there was one notice board full of papers, And then I told them every time, but after next time, same thing. So, that kind of, you will not have, I think you will never have that work culture in government offices or anything where your appointment is so secure that a lot of hard work has to be done to us, right? So, very difficult to come. More so if you get job in free. Who cares? Take me out. That order is so powerful. Okay, Rampu, you'll sit there.
No,
Oh, there's just
a picture.
photograph. Yeah, sorry.
Just
We have
pictures.
photographs only. So that to show that these are the
No,
courts.
actually, so somewhere there is a place where it says that magistrate who is on leave and everything.
Yeah, it's there.
But it is never updated because no, if police and anybody
course.
who wants to check it, they can just check it. But it's not updated.
In the
That's
past, I've
just
sent
the-
letters to district also. What more I can do than that? See? Please update it.
Magistrate
Even in
judge
phone, I call, not in this way, the previous. I have not checked this one. I'll.
So can not individual court do it? Like for example, if I'm on leave, my coach or my somebody hardware engineer will
It
update.
can do it if the passwords are.
I think that will be more convenient.
But
and
no.
Yeah.
No, you can't give it to just a person. They write something. A person responsible must be there. Who will take responsible for writing what is there.
The official,
Yeah.
those people can be given.
And the password just like that. Because these are all prescribed contents. Okay, it's an approved prescribed contents of the Supreme Court. You just cannot give to anyone. Of course, some officer of assistant registrar, who knows why, they might change something in this photograph and put something else. And ultimately it will come to me. What were you doing? And I would have known what I did. I didn't do anything. So these are micromanagements. In management parlance, it's called. These are micromanagement. Now I am there as a CPC, a district judge is there. We do not manage these things. Someone must be there who micromanages things. Now the high-level officers can't come down. Even telling you to manage this one. Okay, this is what. And you can see it and point it out. I have been doing that. Okay. The management, actual management is someone else.
But sir, one more thing, when we give passwords, individual password, it can also be done at what that person can access. That can also be done.
No, in this website it cannot be done. Your concept is correct, that can be done.
Because in
But
general, other websites,
in this one it cannot be done. Once you get the password, you
everything.
can change the contents. Okay.
These are different.
And the main password is with CPC. That has access to entire contents. But what you said is true to a certain extent.
Different admins.
No, that can be done, okay, but not in this website. If you give some password, except some major things with CPC password is there, most of the things that has to be done is with some others only. Okay, the approval portion, so if someone changes it, I'll have to approve it with my password. It's two-layer one. Okay, so that is there, but see, CPC password, I also do not do this personally. While approving, they call me, I enter my password and do it. Okay, but my computer team has my password. Okay, so anyone can, collaborate and change it. And ultimately I'll be in a fix. So it's better not to, most people don't know also how this works, the process. Just I told you now. Okay, so if they would know that, then there might be some kind of fear or something. But even if you tell them, someone who is a mischief will do mischief somehow. But yes, contents has to be approved by CPC. But certain changes which are there in basic note, the major contents which are prescribed ones, that my approval is required, but otherwise no. Just like duty magistrate and etc. Every time they don't have password, they can do it on their own. But you're changing the structure, etc. The basic structures, my permission will do it. Not permission, they will do it. I'll just have to see it and say, okay, done, approved. So this is our portal. In the basically you all have heard so many times. But this is useful to the researchers. Still, it's not that great. It gives you data apart from numbers. But this was not.
It's also very complicated.
No, what's complicated it is?
No, to find, sir,
Okay.
if we go.
Yeah, I know what it is. I put that question last time. I thought the answer was. Let's see. The answer was so.
Complicated in lot of layers
Yeah.
to what where we want to
You
get.
know what's the answer of this? Even I used to think that, but I was satisfied with this. That is the purpose of this entities. This is not a place, okay, which is meant for doing ease of your work. This is for data. Now see, Gangtok. I just want this much. And this data is there. Now this is not a place where you want to see individual cases, entities, right? That is why that layers are there. If you go to CIS, you can go directly to the cases. So the purpose of NJDG is to display everything in every page. Okay, not take you somewhere directly. That is it. Even I said, ask the question, and I got a good answer. You know? I was embarrassed actually. Being a CPC, I didn't know the purpose of NJDG. No one told me no. In fact, forget about it. None of the CPCs knew actually its purpose. Of course, few would be there, still not write them off. But you know, even I was thinking, I said, why so many layers? And to find one case, I have to put so many numbers out there. And politely the person said, the purpose of NJDC is to give layer-wise information, not for your service. Then I understood everything what you said. And most of them didn't knew, okay? So never mind asking questions. It may look embarrassing at the moment. Of course, it should not be so embarrassing also. Because like you ask me, so what is arrest? And that's, you should know. No? So what is cognizable offense? This is so the So see, pending so and so. And there is one, I say, remember one thing, don't forget to enter delay reasons in your, that will ask a bit and they'll ask. And that is the most asked question from ICOR. They want to know what is the reasons of, and it is not falling in any of the parameters which we put them last time during one program. See, others, parameter covers, put it in others. Once it crosses 2 years, and you have to, no one will tell you, okay? You have to remember it yourself. If you can train your staff, that's a different thing. And if hopefully some good staff is there, you know, who works diligently, then the person is well. But usually,
and by the time they are trained, we get transferred to another list. Or they'll get transferred to someone.
no, that's still okay if they would do that job. They don't do, no. Every time you have to remember it. At night it comes to your mind and you're so helpless, course is so far away. This is not done. Okay? And early morning, you forget what thought came into your mind last night. It's more worse. Again you come back, I had thought of it, again forget. So this NJDC is for display of data. Please call it, I put one is court business. Now next is e-filing software. You know about this?
So Justice Act.
It doesn't work just to
See, don't tell anyone, let it remain within, even I don't use this. I don't know why committee insists us to use this.
Because I know.
In Sikkim, I don't know, everyone has downloaded. I think only 2 judicial officers have not downloaded. That also is seen. There are 2 or 3 JOs who have not downloaded Justice Act. See, why I stopped using it was once I got
It's
transferred.
almost I see from eCourts also. No, it's up on the judgment service.
You know it's there.
If there is any problem in downloading, you can ask your technical team, okay? Because you know, it's not that simple. They say it's so simple. Justice app for iOS and Android. Actually, it doesn't work on you when you are downloading. There are certain things.
But my staff tried a lot to install.
It won't install on itself.
No, it can be so. There are certain things that needs to be done, which even I forward. Okay, the technical team will do it much more better. It can be installed in iOS also.
Yeah, this is a kind.
Oh, you won't do it. To this one, this one.
Easy sir.
This one.
They transfer only to the something like that.
Why I left using, but once I got transferred from Gazing, once I got transferred from Gangtok to Gazing, my login was showing Subarna, right? She was CJ. And it didn't show any case. I said to leave it there. I asked technical team to do something. They said it is not what they want to do, it's not working. So I said leave it because I used to use this eCourts app, eCourts service. I'm finding everything out there, so why do I can manage my case there also. So whenever this topic comes, even at the central level, I just keep quiet. Don't say anything about it. And sometimes they show that charge. So many how many downloads have been done and how many judicial officers are there. They all have that data, okay? In our case, it's 2 or 3 GOs who have not downloaded it. So they are not saying, okay, it's not 100%. Oh, they are sitting there. Yeah, I've said it. You look at it. I just said that. Okay, even I don't do it. They say it's very beneficial, but I don't know whether it's in this form. But I didn't find it useful. Everyone says it's useful.
Technical thing.
Yeah, it's very okay, where you can see how many cases are there and what's the duration of the case. That's there in the CIS also. So if you are free, just ask the login of CIS. Don't change the data. You can explore that. There's so many things. We are using only 10% of CIS. You know, if I ask you, how many criminal cases you have in your court for the year 2021 to 2023, what do you do? You will try to look for registers. They're in the CIS. Just go, just put in the year, print it, give it. Now, there will be a variation between the data in the computer and your manual files. Sorry, manual registers.
But CIS work only with the internet that is there in the office. Can we access through our laptop?
No, not laptop. No, your software must be there. It's not installed there at your laptop also. In
If
laptops, we can install dummy. Okay, if you are so interested, then I can create a dummy where you can do anything, inputs, etc., and give it to you. You can use that in laptop. It will not be a real-time software, but you will see every feature out there. You can do anything inside. If you are so interested, tell me. I'll try to get a dummy for you. It's called dummy software. If you want to explore it, but why you kept silent? What's over there? Right. So if you get time, see, I'm looking for next CPC. Okay. But it's a district judge post, whatever it is, all in other state it's same post. Someone must come, no? I have not studied computers, to be frank. In school days I studied, but I'm doing the job. You must have some kind of computer basics of numbers. Otherwise, what letter is coming from the other side, you will not understand. Sometimes it's very technical. Of course, there will be people to help you out. But we need one fine day, one of you all have to come there. If after me someone comes from same level or district, once done will come. So when you talk about computers, which I did used to talk genuinely, okay, not because that I'll become CPC and all. I had an interest, I talked, and one fine day I got that. So if you are interested, and it's something else different, not that pure administrative job also, not a court work also. Something you will learn. So don't walk away from. You want to become CPC or family. So, okay, in justice, any problem? No. You have tried.
No, not try, not expert.
Oh, try, no, download it, please. I think you are the one with that number. One of those numbers is you. Please download it, okay? They have that data, not with us. It's with the committee that data.
I have downloaded it.
And sometimes the letter comes. Why it has not been? How many judicial officers are using engineering? Now I can't say other than what is there in their numbers. E-filing software, not very relevant for us. Yes. Now I don't have a login to e-filing. That's why I can't show you everything inside.
So this should add.
We use language. Right? That's why we don't have any suggestions also. It's integrated in the website. Have you ever gone through the iCourts website? How many times? For what? For what? Doing judgment.
I keep scrolling, sir, actually.
Try to see now. You just.
I saw
Yeah, you could get so many things.
translated Nepali judgment is so difficult to read.
That is one thing. You know, in that job also, I am only there. Now just see, these are all additions, ESCR, judgment, adjustments,
Yeah.
values, so on. So sometimes when you think, just like today morning I was thinking, today is 13th, right? No,
No,
16. And 16 to 31st March is quite a lot of days. No? But when I'm thinking of the work I have out there, no? I'm thinking that the 31st is going to come very soon. Will I be able to finish? So that is the situation. There's so many works are pending in computers and other things also. Now, our concept is, See, it's quite difficult to get people into this e-thing. Okay. Now, why do you, personally I don't like this. See? ESCR, translated judgment in Nepali Supreme, certified copy. Now concept is different, our concept, But the people are still so much, not that, not, I will call, that is also a big term. People are not savvy at all. Now why we are keeping this is, so that it's easy for them to say, okay, Sikkim law report, you are right, Sikkim law report, okay, here it is. We want a single interface. All e-services I want to put in that one. But even from learned people, what they say is, people will not find. Suppose people wants to find RTI, it will not be in the interface according to me. We will just put eCourts services. Okay. Inside that you will find online RTI application, virtual justice clock case, certified copy, translated judgments in Nepal. These are all e-services. So what I am thinking is not happening to what I wish it should look, but still, we are provided this one. Now, the certified copy rules are being amended. What we have done is now, for online certified copy. Now, this is my actual concept, but we have still kept it inside. You will only, this registration will be only once for all e-services. Whether you apply for RTI, whether certified copy, whether complaint online, you just have to register once. That's our concept. And with that registration, you can open any of the one. This is still, is still in the old mode, not in the new mode. Okay. So therefore, we have not enabled it to a lot of extent. Rules have been amended where we are giving free of cost the certified copies. My view was the cost of ₹2 was for photocopy. Why should we charge that? Still people, because what I thought was, if you say free of cost, because it's very good, they don't apply online. Everyone comes physically. So do some incentive, but it's a lot of thought behind all this. It's not that it's designed just that way. Now what I discussed with Lordship was that, okay, I make it online. Right? You don't have to pay. They are sending it through email. They have to register the email, mandatory. So every time they will apply for it. Of course, only of those which are available in our softwares. Other things are not available in our software, we can't do online unless we complete that digitization process, which is still ongoing. Okay. Now what will lawyers do? They are getting free of cost.
Still charge the artist.
They will steal it, yes. They will still photocopy it. They will not use it in their tab or whatever. Of course, those who can should use. Those who cannot buy it, that's a different matter. Understand it. Those who don't have it. But those who can afford it, those who can use it, they should use it, right? Now they will see that burden too. Now it's ₹2 was, it was ₹2 in the high court. Now in their printers or if they Xerox it somewhere outside, they'll take ₹5 for the parties. Ultimate burden goes there. We have to talk about this. We can't help this. We have to do something. We have to change. So let's not be too sympathetic or concerning on that lines. Let's leave this. All this software, it's not that it's made and put it. It has to go through several processes. And the most difficult one is security protocol. It has to be, given an okay stamp by central authority. There are authorities which are meant for, investigating how secure is this software. This one, presently we have certificate from NIC, that's temporary certificate. It has to, we have sent it to New Delhi, but no reply has come back. So that's the it gets delayed very much. So once they say, okay, even if anything wrong goes, if we don't have certificate for these softwares as something of standard security, then if something goes wrong, we are responsible. No one will be responsible. But if we have certificate, we say that it has been certified by this agency. It's a government agency. So at present we have NIC's temporary certificate confirming that our security for this software is of standard.
So this is not for the subordinate rules, this is a certified copy.
We will move to subordinate code also. Once the rules is amended and once this working, we will start making this live, that people, once they apply for it, there might be some problem with the software. You don't identify any problem, or even if you identify a problem, we'll rectify it. We first use it in the high court. I want to give it in the district court also. Translated judgments is the part of the Supreme Court's drive that, and like ESCR, very soon we are having ESL. The physical copies, Sikkim law records, we are shifting to ESCR. Software is being developed. Virtual Justice Club should have display of this somewhere. People display different things, photographs and etc. This is not its purpose. Only this is the display for Virtual Justice Club. So if you ever see any court complex showing something, of course in certain functions you can use it for those things, but ordinarily on court working days, this can be sold. This has to be sold. This is High Court of Sikkim. Why it's called Justice Clock is, it shows about pendency, so and so, how is it moving. Our disposal also it shows like this. Duration. Case clearance rate of High Court. This week 0%, last week. That means they have disposed of 50% of the case of that week for that particular week. Right? So this keeps on getting displayed in the courts. Just for info, justice purpose. Online RTI is functional now, but still we get physical RTIs. So the people just cry about there's nothing online out there. We have made it, but when it comes to using it, they will use physical. I think this CPU is not updated. I have not registered myself, so. And now very soon it's all ready. We just need chief's approval. The complaint against judicial officers also, against others also is being made online. It will go. Suppose it's a sexual harassment, the sexual harassment committee. They will have the login and password of, once the complaint comes, it will not come to registry, go directly to the committee.
Complaints against official complaint over there?
It's official complaint. What?
No, my question was...
Anyone can complain.
Yeah, that is what I said.
But who is complaining, we will know. It will be OTP based.
So if any person who's coming, if a litigant comes before the court and they want to complain again, that's why I do that.
Yeah, of course. What's the difference? There is, physically it can be done. Yeah, we are just making it all. And for sexual harassment, there is direct judgment of Supreme Court to make it all. Sexual harassment at workplace. Okay. And there are mandatory fields where you will have to mention the name. Of course, someone can write anonymously the name field also. But one thing what we have done is OTP. Who has, you can't, of course someone can, I can use the scene in your name, that's different, we can't control everything, right? But OTP will be there so that we can identify which phone number has been used, and if required someone has done mischief, through police trace the person. So it's not that easy that physicals are more easy, be careful, complaint might be less in this. No one writes physical complaint giving their name, very rare, especially against jails.
The online will be more easier also because they can do it from anywhere. The physical complaint you have to come to the court, file it. Isn't this more convenient?
No, you can post it to the Honorable Chief
That is
Justice.
also, posting is also more hectic than doing it from the...
Who is concerned about hectic in this company? The only concern there is I should not be known that I am concerned. The trend is that so, except in rare cases, unless there is an association coming against you, they will come openly. But if some individual is doing it, will not do giving their identity. And of course, in judicial officers' one, we will make mandatory to upload the affidavit required under the law. If they are trying to complain without affidavit, without uploading affidavit, it will reject it. Okay. So once there is affidavit, someone will give the identity. Of course, someone might try someone else's name and can give affidavit. That's a different aspect. But it becomes more stricter, no? Difficult to complain once it becomes more stricter. As it's practically what time is the lunch? One. You all can use washrooms. Virtual court, now many of the states have virtual court. We don't have, but I am thinking of introducing at CJ and Gangtok. Simple thing. And I want to start trying to places. There's so many things in mind, but much less time and a bit of laziness also. Nowadays, once you go home, don't feel like working like I used to work. Something is missing. The quarter is also not judicial officer's quarter. Anything's matter,
Yes.
That's human touch. That's human touch, I would still say. Something outside the law, which is within my scope. And I look into that study room, I've kept in all, not waste, but those things which cannot be fitted into any other rooms, okay? Books are all lying on that table. And once I go home, winters I feel it's so cold, once it becomes warmer, all allergies. And that started becoming warmer, I've seen into that room. I must do this one day, but that one day is not coming. That's my problem, laziness, okay? So many factors, stop you from working hard. It is done. Because I work at challenging cases. I really took it to my heart. To an extent which was not required actually, and then tried to bring changes. Didn't change a lot, but yes, certain changes were there. That gives me satisfaction. Even though I really became ill, and that illness did not leave me. I caught an illness to it. He introduced that code in many other jurisdictions also, like civil cases, etc. So, but it's quite difficult there. In traffic cases, other states are using, where SMS will go to the person. Net goes to like that. And do you want to plead guilty? Because Motor Vehicle Act has what, section 206 or something, which your summons cannot be ordinary summons. You know that? This you should know. I would say me that summon. I will not pay a fine. If I would really want to judge a election, go to the High Court with the request. This judge did that. People are there, okay? Don't think that we don't have a well-aware meeting. We have. Just few days back, I think there was a case of Judicial, but I just heard it in media, so I'm talking about it. There was a PI concerning some disinvestment in some. It took us a huge brain to write a petition in that PI, isn't it? To know what is this investment, what it is causing. And I do not know, I tried to find out the High Court order, which I didn't find. The fellow was saying the cabinet decision has been stayed. So it means there are litigants of high quality. So in virtual court, yes, that will go. Now virtual court will not have any papers for that particular thing, right? For the listed traffic challenge cases, it will go if they pay the fine. Fine, Motor Vehicle Act go direct. If they pay the fine, game over. If they don't pay, they will have no option and contest the case. Once that done, the virtual court will transfer that case to, let's say, judicial magistrate. It will still not be. Virtual one court will be designated. Let's say CJA court is designated as a virtual court for traffic challenge cases. Come there. CJA can itself keep it, but usually they will not keep it. Once the person says, I contest it, they will transfer that case to the regional court. And then the physical process of filing, etc. from the police starts. Okay. Of course, it can be filed also, that's different thing. But it really goes to the court. Till then, it's just virtually. Nothing is occurring. No trial will occur in virtual court. So therefore, in cases which small offences or just fine can be done in this. So every state, our reason of not starting virtual court was when I thought that way, that there are very less traffic challenge cases in those states. But later on, what I thought was, if we start this, there will be more traffic challenge cases. Some of the states are coming revenues through virtual courts, that mechanism. Hundreds of crores, big states. And another thing that is the violations are lot out here, especially nowadays. But there is no case. Now once you have that virtual, police need not confront the person. They don't have even that machine which you put at the number plates.
Yes.
And we talk of law and order. Just don't. our state, we like to talk only good things. At one point of time, when I realized, we talk little bit something critical, you were seen as someone who does not support you. That's not. When I'm saying now, even a machine, the modern machine, you still ask for documents and physically peruse it. You want to talk of lawyer, what wrong did I say? Anyone tell me? But of course, if I'm not in this job and as a common man, I will tell, people will be behind. So, really, things really need to improve in our state. I believe everywhere it needs to improve as a society. There may be individual, whatever it is, but we are not moving ahead. We are going backward.
So what life proceeding?
Yeah, from post-April, when we get the fund, it will start. And now I am thinking, just like you said, every time thinking is going, every time I am going, why just backward? That's coming in mind. We are getting equipments because they will say how much money you need. So I am thinking for paperless, for every quarter I am asking, I will purchase the weapons. And if I find that they are willing to give funds, then I will bring them to trial courts also. We will not per se start live streaming at the trial court. But who has stopped it? No one has stopped it. Maybe we can become one of the first. One of the first.
I think it is also easy for us to implement because we have less number of court compared to
Yeah,
other
yeah.
states.
That's the conditions that we get. No? Why is Sikkim in such a small state not doing it? I told you, if the state was supporting with funds, a lot of things would have been done. So this time I am asking for this. I am quite. I know they will not keep, but I have done my job. Because I have an experience of asking 50 lakhs rupees for BWDC. On the Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court says states should provide funds within 3 months. It's about to be 3 years. They have given the funds, but it took more than 2 years for us to implement it. And Gangtok court is still complaining. Yeah, we are still, a few days from now, we'll see what the complaint is. What's happened? What about motor vehicle? Act 206. This one. Section 206, I think, if I'm not wrong, or 206 is about compounding. Power of police officers to inform government. No, 208. See, summary disposal of cases. How are we going to dispose in motor vehicle cases? I don't know. The court taking cognizance of any offence under this act may, if the offence is an offence punishable with imprisonment under this act, and shall, in any other case, state upon the summons to be served on the accused person that he. I am 100% sure you do not have this summons. He can even write by, send by post. I plead guilty and so on. Did not come to court. So that is why virtual court has been implemented in the Motor Vehicles Act. So a lot of work to do. Of course, my next major work is that live streaming and paperless, possibly High Court. And if I get time, this virtual I want. Because most of the states have done it except the Northeast. Our briefing was we don't have much. Let's start with most cases. Because we train police, how you go about this. So once they find it easy, they'll be catching hold of everyone whom they don't like, in motor vehicle cases, and it will come. First it will begin that way, whom they don't like. Whom they can do what they want to do. We say West Bengal. West Bengal. They have that machines actually.
Yeah.
So let's not say no, West Bengal. Say West Bengal. And the nearest neighbor which we know, which nothing is there to talk about, look at that side. There are a lot more things than what we have. Once they started breath analyzer, you know what? There was one point of time around COVID time or post that, there was a circular notification from the government that vehicle checking will be done once, there will be given sticker. Remember? You can put that sticker in the vehicle and it will be valid for 1 year or something. Till that time, no checking will be done. Good idea. Right. I did it sincerely. It was pre-COVID. As soon as I did the COVID came, I thought if there was payment to Bangalore or something. I saw commercial jeeps in Gazing. Very old jeeps. Now one of the requirement is pollution certificate. These vehicles don't pass. Even for Bharat stage 4, no, it's at the brink. Even if you take a new vehicle, the prescribed parameters for brink match. The level of the chemicals that my vehicle is using, even a new vehicle. Check out these commanders. I told policemen, I'm not checking this vehicle. These vehicles are moving with yellow stickers. I think the color was yellow. They said, so what to do? The moment we catch it, when the phone call comes, release it. Then send these cases to court. No, don't compound it. We will handle it. But what will the sub-inspector do when you get a call from either a minister or whatever sources they have used? They will say, okay. So, now these things can be connected by these e-systems, where people will have less chance to meddle. Once the IO says, I can't do anything. It's all online, goes to court, finished. Okay, so that's what transparency is all about, in one aspect. Okay, so e-system will be transparent. It's difficult for people. The most difficult thing about e is to you leave footprints everywhere. What you have done and what you have not done, and you can get caught if someone really wants to. eCourts assistance, I didn't understand. What is this? Because e-seva there's no such thing as what I know eCourts assistance, but it may be meant that servicing people who do not know how to use e-application. And we have e-seva Kendra for this. iCourts e-seva Kendra, as far as I know, is very much active. Districts, we have some reason doesn't have. No. So its activeness depends upon you, what you must telling the staff how to go, but otherwise it will be mostly unmanned. Sometimes some of the scrolling trees you may find it unmanned. Of course, being outside there somewhere nearby is alright, but absolutely running away from there is not proper. People might come there any time. Of course, Rampu are hot at the e-seva Kendra, which we have given, is a very poor one. So even if you use fan there, it will be difficult for a person to sit inside. That's understandable, you understand that, right? But see, our helplessness was only 2 lakhs per year. I argued on this. Every meeting I have been having with the committee regarding it. This time also they have given 2 lakhs. I said, you get 2 lakhs in 2020. Still we found it very difficult to complete it. It's 2024. They just keep doing that. And actually it's their fault. Whoever designed it, they should not have said 2 lakhs. It's their oversight actually. 2 lakh one, the government approved it, now they can't change that. So that has been the case. Till we are giving 2 lakh for each other. Concept of paper-based code. Okay. Now, most of the states will boast of paper-based code. They are extremely good paper-based codes also. But when you go wherever, people will not say. We are all paper-based. I can guarantee, not all of their codes are paper-based, even in the high courts. Now, we have started in a very rudimentary state at Honorable Justice Bhaskar Pradhan's courtroom. He does not use paper nowadays, except when it's required. But our equipments are not that standard, we are waiting for possible. So everything is on the screen. They, now my technical person, they can access it here. It can be accessed in the chamber. Okay. So it's just like paper. It's first concept that you must understand is we are taking something that is before you in a paper to screen. Okay. But paperless code is just not simply. There is a difference between digitization and digitalization. What is it? English language I'm not talking about English language difference, but technical difference. While digitalization focuses on converting and recording data, digitalization is all about developing processes and changing workflows to improve manual systems. So first thing in the paperless code you must understand is digitized. That is focusing on converting and recording data. Whatever is in the paper, as I said, is brought to a screen. Would that be enough? Some people want, they want to turn the pages in the screen as if they're turning the actual paper. Good enough. That is also possible. Yeah, that technology is there. So, people want it in the screen, the categories. We want it to be as easy as they were with the papers. This people, the engineers, whoever developed this, the screens, have understood that and they provided for that. But in future, no, you will not be doing. Let's say your generation and still the present generation also, who are just born 1 or 2, they may still use papers. The older generations will not use papers. So for them, that turning a page is not required. It's a slow progress. Or from the generation who is now 1 or 2 years also, they are not required turning the pages. So it's as per requirement, the softwares are developed. That can be done, no issue. But the processes, just like what does e-system do? It makes your processes also easier. So the difficult things that they while using paper, that will be removed. And let's say you want to see a particular judgment, then you can click on one link and go to that judgment. You want to see the petition, you just click one link, petition comes. Even though you are at page number 60, okay, you want to go to page like 60 again? Okay, page 60. So that's paper-based code. But at present, only the other codes, even e-file documents, it's been printed and that's not a paper-based. Okay? Most of the jurisdictions have this. We are stuck, in fact, I've been in the receiving end for being stuck in this stage so long. We are stuck because we don't have fund. So, post-April, I'm hopeful we are getting fund for paperless code and register.
So do we have that software or how does that work?
Yeah, we have our own
We have
software.
no?
We have our own software, developed by our High Court only. And believe me, the High Court technical team is one of the best in the country. Believe me. I've been to other places. We are in groups, WhatsApp groups of various technical works we have, like PFMS. PFMS is another that I thought it as a headache, but my team made it so simple. All my prejudices were done. I'm in about 7 or 8 groups, all India group. I see their concerns, something is not working. Our team cannot only do those things which are absolutely impossible. All the possible things they have done. And PFMS was another headache. Payment, it's all online. Our account, iCourts account is in RBI in India. I have to sign it from them digitally and then it gets paid. Okay? And I saw we have not made payment so far. I saw every iCourt is saying some problem, error. So I thought that. So I was preparing my stuff. Yesterday you did that one. Go into this. No problem. They are very strong. Okay. So believe me, our softwares, though we are also learning, as I said, we appears to be in some kind of prehistoric times, we have less exposure. But our team is one of the best. Given the funds and more manpower which is coming, we can invest. So only thing we have lacked is in this live streaming and papers. Of course, there are many high courts, even big high courts which have not done it. Okay, but the thing with Sikkim is, a small high court, come on, what's there? Just 3 courts. So that's the blame that comes when it comes to us. When we say we did not get funds for this. Okay? And I tell you, in 2 years, I am also learning. I didn't know how things work, how to get money. But the other states, because in our state, there was no full-fledged CPC. Registrar Generals were all CPCs and they had more important work in the registry than CPC. So it did not move as it ought to have moved then. So everything is moving now, okay. So most of the high courts did not have that problem, so they knew how to go about. I absolutely didn't know how to go about. So it took me, to be frank, 2 years to learn how to go about, just that much. So I'm learning the tricks of this trade, how to go about the committee also. It's not that simple, they come together working on it. Sometimes they will not help you at all in certain things. It's your problem, we are not going to. And we have genuine problems. Sometimes it's their problem. We need to understand or help them or not help them. Okay. Just like their problem was, we had asked for 9,40,000. What did they do? Clerical error or what occurred? They sent us 94 lakh. And I was sitting in the meeting. Then I was told 94 lakh. So I told my staff, who asked this 94 lakh? Did we ask? I said no. So once my team down there said no, I have to trust them. Can't go down to files. But it was in my mind, I had never taken approval from anyone. Neither did I see any time a demand for 94 lakh on my files. So I was not satisfied. It took me, then I forgot it and I was busy with someone. Again after 15 days, after I remembered, again I asked my same person. Oh, we may have asked, why would they give me? Then he said, no sir, we have not asked. Again after 1.5 months later, again I asked, I am not satisfied. No, please check, something we have done on our part, where we have asked money. Sir, we have filled one Google sheet form one day. What is that? Give it to me. And there we had asked, but not 94, it was in crores. We had said 0.0094 crores, which came to 9.40 lakh. They thought it's something else and gave us 94 lakh. Till that day in meeting, I couldn't raise that point of 94 lakh because I was not understanding whether we have asked or not. Moment, and one day what happened was, it was too much. Till then I had not known that we have not asked. So in meeting they said, can you finish this amount? I said, sir, to be frank, I don't remember asking this amount, so I'll not be able to finish it. And they said, oh, is that so? We'll have a one-to-one meeting. It was an all-India meeting, okay? I said, okay. I was under more pressure. If I have asked you, and at that time I came and pressurized my staff, no, we have done something so. He was thinking of some kind, it's not his mistake. He thought, I was talking about some kind of approval in the files, which was not there. So when I pressured him, he said, so we have filled one Google form one day. That time I found it. Then it was 99, then I became like a tiger. What I want to, okay, let's have. Then I called that fellow in phone. So this is the thing. And he's telling me, why you didn't tell before? And I was in a fix. Whether you all are giving yourself, we have asked. So it took time for me to realize. Then they kept silent, Then I wrote, then they didn't advise me. I wrote a letter. They have not asked this. How is this? Please see it. And the fellow called me up and said, okay, that's just info to us. We will not place it anywhere. We'll take it as info. I said, okay, my records are straight from me. So this is how it works. Sometimes they are in trouble. We can't help or we help them. Sometimes then. So this project works like this. That's why I meant, it could have been done much better earlier also, but because of the additional charge, the honorable judges could not take time, the learned judges. But now there's more time with me so that, but this live streaming and what could have been done before also on paper also. And I was stuck as to what equipments to use. I have no experience. I've never seen a paperless court or a batch. So because I took the help of staff, so they gave me certain requirements, these are, but still I was not convinced. And then now we are ready with what we need for these courts, and we now just need them. And why come the testable costs how much, guess? It's not much, guess. Not much in the sense of computers. One random screen. Oh yeah, that's why I said not much. We can't buy it. It's 3.50 lakhs. 3.5. Okay. That's one of the best costliest so far. So if you give to all courts, it will go good. I want to give at least that device to all the courts. So that you can start using it, even if it's not paperless. You can write it on the screen, whatever. So, have you come? Let's see. 2025, we will be quite ahead. Manipur is doing very well among the Western states because state have given funding. See, despite that insurgency, states have given huge funding. Help video and forget it, that's in the website. Anytime you can go to hcs.gov.in and get this. Definition of CIS, Case Information System. Right? And then it's a software where all our data is there. As I said, you will come to my bus, you know the password of your CIS? You have been there? You also been wrong in a son,
Sir, but it's in a very bad state, sir.
right?
The place where it's kept, it's very tiny, and then I think the Krishna
Last
was
time
telling
Chief visited,
me-
no, what was the settlement?
so what's that?
Last time Chief Justice visited them.
He didn't. I don't think Lordship looked into the ECA.
The infrastructure.
You would know.
No, structure.
He structured the. I think. Lordship
So
said
how
that
Your
is
chamber is
my-
behind that courtroom. Where?
the court is here and the chamber is adjacent.
Well, it's an extension, no, it's not right there inside the courtroom.
It is inside. the
Same
court.
building.
Oh, yes, I know they gave me data of NIM cases for the past 4 years. Well, the system is they will take out the register, 1, 2, 3, the CIS will give you the data. Right. One problem is there, which I will admit, it's not an it's everywhere like that the data of your register and CIS, 90% of times will not match. The problem is, our data entries are still not perfect. Computer will give that output which we have fed in the software, right? But my view is we must begin somewhere. You cannot, okay then, okay, it doesn't match, but why is someone goes? A lot of things are still doing that. So, now what? Now, as long as we keep physical registers, it will not match. We need to do away with it. So what's the system? I think CIS versions also gives you. See, everyone must see, it's not just that computer sections will take interest in computers and things will not, but everyone has to. Now, our monthly statement, so, it's being prepared manually. Right. Now, to my understanding, the registry which should collaborate with the computer section and say we want to change this. Everywhere as a CPC I cannot enter, especially major works of the registry, though I do some of the registry work. I can't get inside and do this and do that, I can't tell, no, I have my jurisdiction, right? So unless we make this monthly statement online, we cannot, do away with that physical files. So there's a thought in my mind, just 1% of the won't work at this level. Now, your monthly statement will come to us online, right? Now once you make a software, every parameter will try to give it as many parameters for ease as possible. So that if I want to see NIRIC as NI disposal for this year, one button, that should be. What is our monthly statement at present? Don't you have to go to every line? Right. But this is not just the job of computer section. It should come from registry line. Or I have suggested orally, I have said so many things. This should happen. Till that is not, because once that is done, we will be fetching your pendency data from, our software will be fetching the data from your CIS. There is no question of mismatch. Then only we can throw away these registers. So the danger in your mind as a judge, when I asked you, Anita gave me 4 years and I cases which you have disposed, you rely more on that register. That's perfect. It's perfect. Because everyone have done their job writing it correctly. But when it comes to computers, when it started, job has not been done properly. So from which year we should cut off the accuracy, we are not sure. It's a problem with the entire country. And one fine day it's going to happen. Okay. So yes, just now I remember when I told you is that I was thinking of a software also regarding monthly statement. Let it come to us directly. And one of the things please don't do is look for a circular which says you all are to communicate even official through email. It comes through email, not all. Why is the physical copy coming? Look, today your email comes, I mark it to certain section, after 2 or 3 days I say, I've seen this somewhere, where? Not required. Why are you distrusting your email? I don't understand. You have digital signatures. When you're sending email, use digital signatures. Why you are signing it? when we are enclosing the documents, digitally cited, no need to send those physical copies. It's a waste of paper, a burden upon the High Court registry of handling two similar, what similar, same documents. And monthly statement it happens.
And tell the problem.
Monthly comes to email also. I realized one day, I signed whole day the monthly statement marking into section when I was on duty during the termination. Very next day the physical copies are there. Now they have received it. Our dispatch section received it. I have to sign it. Another whole day on that. Okay, why?
So office copy. That is because when we send a physical copy and you get it signed by the office copy, we know that they have received it. When we send it through
No,
mail,
that's why the distrusting email is not received.
that is because then somebody will say, no, we have not received. It has happened ample of times, sir.
You have to fight it. No on that.
It has happened ample of
There
times.
is there a possibility, brother, that you are a technical person, email is sent and I did not receive it?
No, of course.
No, tell me what are the...
Like there is no like 100% thing.
No,
way to
tell
find
me.
out that.
No, I have not, it has never happened with me. Whatever emails I have received, I have received. No. What your staff does, you know, your staff have deleted it. That's the only possibility. You convince me. What is it? Doesn't it? Test it right now.
So, no, of course
Whenever
not.
it happens to you, keep the proof and prove it to me. That you sent an email and it was not received.
I'm
Someone may have said, we did not receive, either the person deleted it or something sent it.
It was from the
No, sir, there's no possibility. Unless it's hacked or something.
I'm talking about if they read it or not, but receive they will. If it is sent on their legitimate email ID, then they will have to receive it. But then
Will be
if they read it or not, that is.
That's a different. Unless it could be hacked or something, they're not that so important.
Or
as
sir,
someone.
what can we do is, once somebody receives it, just send it that yes, we've received it.
No.
No?
Why are you making it common? That's coming back to
That
paper
is
only.
because, again, no, we know where that application gets stuck or got stuck. For example, I have to move through district judges and then to High Court. Now, if High Court says they haven't received it, there
Yeah.
might be a chance
We
somewhere.
are made into district court, finish. Your job is done. People will say, if you are right, you have the proof for anybody of the. Of course, you know, what I call you is this. Let it be among us only, and you will face this. There's this kind of this, not in the judiciary, even in government also. This is a hierarchy, it's a system. Someone will blame you. Blame will come to you. Forget it.
It has happened.
Forget it. That's not the reason for you to say. That should not be the reason for you to send in the physical copy.
For safety, because I get it from somebody saying, no, you haven't
Now
said
if
it.
you
No one
continue,
can.
no, it's been quite a month that I've been saying this to the registry. Now what I do in High Court is once the registry, what I'm saying is not listening, I straight away go to chief and say, this is what's happening, I'm doing this. Okay? So it will be just a matter of months if it keeps coming, we reiterate that circular. With that addition, that henceforth it will be taken seriously. Okay. Now, give me an example, what happened to you? If
So
you can
what
say
happened
it.
with me is I sent a leave application, it's station leave, it was my training leave. So till
Which
the,
one? That Kolkata one?
no, not that one, so another one. So till the very end, I did not get the permission.
Okay.
So, and also I think there was Sunday and Saturday in between, so I was still waiting till the very end day. Now tomorrow I have to go and today I'm still searching for the permission. And I said that I've sent it. Now, even district court here in Gangtok, because I have to proceed to Gangtok, here establishment section, they said we have also sent it. Mail, we've sent it. And I don't have the permission yet from the High Court. Now I have to go tomorrow morning, and tomorrow morning I'm standing in front of my vehicle and still trying to coordinate. And High Court said that they haven't received any application. My station leave hasn't. Now again, all the hassle I had to go through, I contacted my hardware engineer, the computer person in my office, and again they sent the new email.
Did you check was it sent or
It
not?
was sent, it was
Okay.
sent. So they sent me a screenshot also. They sent me a screen, that is the reason I said it
Okay,
was
okay,
sent.
okay.
Now they said they haven't received it. What can I do, sir? Then I
Okay.
got the printout. I told him to. It is that is.
Okay, if you had a physical OC, what could you have done in that case also? If you had a-
No, because I got it from the High Court saying that no, it hasn't come to us.
That's
I just I could
what.
have said no. See, you
Yeah.
have received it.
So you could have shown the send. It's as powerful as what the physical copy you are talking about. just it's your mind, you are not accepting that, this is now with the received seal of High Court.
सर इमेल त हराएछ भन्छ नि यति साइन छ भन्छ तपाईको साइन हो भन्नु हुन्छ नि इमेल त सर we didn't get it भने
Whoever says haraecha, that person is a problem.
अब सर कसलाई blame
Believe me, what happened, as far as what could have happened, I could receive it, printed it, they never placed before the concerned person. So that's possible with your physical copy also. So I'm trying to, so it's more different. You could have still proved that she has sent me. And no right to
and women prove गर्नु थाल्नु भन्दा त I said
then what
you
it
should
is?
say
No, that's what I'm telling. No, in any case, even physical copy, they would have said, I have not received it. You would have still sent it. No, what difference did it make? Tell me. To adjust your mind that received copies is
my dream will be shifted to some other person.
even in email it will be the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. Whichever section receives it, and what do you think? I tried to change this, but there are certain things that didn't work. Who opens the email, in that High Court? The computer section. It's not our job to open email. It's each person's ID who is there has to open it actually. Password credentials of everyone's email is with the computer section. This is wrong. So one fine day I proposed this, that this is happening. Now I believe that everyone with their own credentials will be using email and opening it. Okay. Because if anything is not received, the blame comes to computer section. But believe me, we have 100% record of who has received it. Computer section does not do any work without recording it. So if email has come and it is sent from computer section, it goes. And we have the physical proofs. They keep physical proofs right in the register who has received it. Because there we have to print it and give it. Okay. There's still not a system of forwarding that email to them. So I went and I was told that that's micromanagement. You can do it. Now, what can I do? It's open to you, you can do it. Commercial need not do it. I have to take out some circular now. And I said to everyone's email account should be open. Yourself, it's your credential. Why is it being shared to us? No one liked that. Because now you are responsible, you are not opening. That's the problem there in the system. Everywhere, not only here. No one wants to take the responsibility. That's exactly what you were trying. Now if I have this, I can prove it to the hilt that you are responsible.
Yeah.
But believe me, with that email also, you can prove to the hilt that you are responsible. But only thing that our mind is not working. No problem, don't do that. In fact, those letters which you are sending physical is likely to get lost. There's more chance. It's like, it's like if you hear, air mode of transportation is much more safe. But deep inside your mind, do you think so? That's what is happening. Believe me. Yes, if you go to the data, air transport is more safer. You have more risk of dying in a vehicle, especially this road. Right? But you feel more safe there because you are near to the ground. That's the thing. So only that much. Think what I said. Go back and think. You could have proved equally well and with much more force. It's a technical thing which goes as a. Okay, then if it was such a serious issue, I could have inquired who faulted. It would not have been you who have sent it. And don't trust what your staffs are. Please. They can make screenshots of it. Of course. What we were talking about, not to show the mistake what they have committed, they can do anything to tell. It could be that the district court is still saying that's a huge possibility that happens. Because it will be taken out, the judge will forward it, again scan it, mail to it. So your responsibility ended the moment you sent the district court, right? So I couldn't touch a hand. What I'm thinking is either district court send it late. You know what happens actually practically, this is our internal thing. your leaves come at the back end of the work. I'm not naming a person, not you, I don't mean there, from the judicial officers. I have been pressing for such a long time, which is not my job. Take out a circular which says leave unless received 3 days prior to
Casually.
whatever you, no, forget about the casual station leave especially. 3 days prior to will not be entertained except under the exceptional circumstance. Suppose something happens, someone died, you have to go,
Yeah.
someone fell ill. We are not saying don't send that. But you know what happens? Leave coming, there's not just the job of leave. You say, well, leave is there in the confidential section. It has huge lot of work. If a thing of yours that comes, particular some student, it will be difficult to process that particular request even for the next 3 days. Such is the line of work pending, which are more important. Okay, so station leave and casual leave have come at about 4 o'clock, and the vacation is beginning from tomorrow. No right-minded officer there will process it. The judicial officer who is responsible, throw it. Believe me, you will be there one day. If things improve in the system, it will be different. You throw it. And don't care. As senior judicial officer who have been experienced, who have seen a lot of years in the registry, you put it in dustbin, believe me, and nothing will come. And they will not care. They will just, if you raise a question, they will just go and say to the authority that it came like this flag at the power, which should not have come. And the authority will understand. Especially if the registrar general tells this. So you know, okay, then say leave not granted for the entire vacation may also come. So that's how the system was. So please be mindful of this, okay? Especially there are from certain rules comes at the back. And I don't deal with, but I am told, you see, it's coming at the back. What should I do now? Chief has already left. And we don't send, unimportant things to chief in email. He doesn't want it. So whole day chief sat there, the office, of course, the right into vacation, everyone will be in vacation mode, okay? Or some long holidays. Usually in those times, the station for that comes. And that whole, what will feeling come to that officer? Chief left at 4 o'clock, whole day sitting there. I put up so many files before the chief today, and his leave comes at 4 o'clock. From tomorrow. They will even say, he will also say, that's why I am disclosing. Which district it is? What work is there? And the leave is coming at 4 o'clock. They might understand the answer, but they will not. Okay. Come on, I am not going to do it. Don't do it. Leave whatever. And the phone starts coming. I know. And the officer says, you tell what you want to tell the person. Say, I don't know what they conveyed out there. Okay. And it's likely to be, my sense right now. But the urgency is also not there. So you know whenever there is on leave or sunshine vacation, you are well aware of where you are going, long time. And the problem with some of the district, you will have to place in charge. And by that time, some other judge has already taken certain leave, and a charge upon the charge currently given according to the rules. So, charge call I do. That's the problem. So, whenever you're sending leaves from the district, talk with the officers there. We used to do that. I'm going on this. Do you have any? Of course, seniors will say, no, I haven't done it. Absolute manners, no, we have the use of authority. It can matter. If problem doesn't get solved, you have to go to district judge. Say, we are having this, what to do? Then district judge will try to resolve, right? Send it in time. Now, the particular section is not taking out that circle. If one fine day, I'm free, all my job is finished, and if it comes in my mind, I'll move that file. Within 3 days. 3 days before the officer seeking leave, it should come, except in exceptional circumstances. We leave that open. Or maybe, for example, like medical, certain so and so, or whatever. That's understandable. At 4 o'clock also if it comes, we will do it happily. Okay, we manage everything, we put someone else in charge. Through phone also we can do that for the time being. But, I will station from tomorrow proceeding to see or what is also not known. Right. Is it urgent or not? Then it comes at 4 o'clock. Just now we will farewell to chief. With good mood, who wants to be there? You are also not there. But still the registry has been. I do not know what happened in the case. So that's it.
permission of going for a training came after I came back from.
Actually, where do you send your station leave? I don't know, there is various practice in different districts. When I was in East, only vehicle permission went to High Court as a magistrate.
No, no,
Casual
it's-
leave.
Now it's chief.
Casual leave, is there a circular?
Casual leave is district judge, because that circular, I guess, recently came.
Oh,
If district judge is giving casual leave, why district judge cannot give station leave? Tell me.
That is because somebody else has to be put in charge.
Why within the jurisdiction, why cannot for casual leave? It has happened. I have on leave, Ms. Bebika Chatri and Ranjita in charge. District court was giving it. There is no circular, only for vehicle is there. I put what happened. That also, if possible, we will try to bring it down.
Station leave also, sir. Station leave and vehicle permission.
From where station leave added, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
It's vehicle permit. Read it. When I was in East, Jyoti Madam was district judge, Prajwal sir was there. I got it from there only, including station. A copy is sent to my court for information.
She doesn't even do.
Well, I think Commerce doesn't forward. It gives it from there only, actually.
Everybody follows.
True. Even if we just write it to the Lorry District Judge, we send back and send. Write it through to the Registered Judicial Service, through
What? Station leave.
Station and vehicle permission.
casual say we get it, sir.
So what will you do after? Why would the High Court not give station if you have given casual leave? Right, there is no logic. in it.
That's not a new thing that I've done.
Which one?
Maybe that is logical, but
Which one?
if there's a training scheduled today, for example, if I want leave from Friday.
So, but I
Saturday,
don't
Sunday,
understand that.
Yeah.
What?
If casual leave is already given, sorry, I
Or which day?
so on this, suppose I have asked for casual leave on this day, right, sir?
Today.
Yeah, and the training is scheduled. Again,
No, no.
I need to write.
Casual leave में training so they didn't.
I know, sir, my Friday or Saturday को CLA की हुई जो yesterday
आज
was
क्यों?
Friday, today is Saturday. I've
Let
been
it,
2
sir.
days casual leave. Just
I know, sir, hypothetical
hypothetical
situation.
Okay. Friday, Saturday you wrote it.
2 days casual leave. That has been approved. Now it came back to me saying that no, you have to come through the director of the SJA because Saturday, Kochi, I can't grant leave. That is because we have a training. No,
No, my
casual
casual
leave. Training to automatically gets
Kiss
approved.
me.
That is my logic at least. That is
Yeah, because I already have casual leave, no sir. Then why will I again ask for exemption? Like as if I'm a lawyer. Exemption from this.
I'm hearing
No, see, one thing I got your point.
There's no logic in
You are there, you are actually by virtue of that calendar itself nominated for that program, right? And you are taking casual leave. It has not been granted yet.
Granted,
Casual leave to
sir.
granted me, sir.
Who granted? I got.
Yes, sir. District judge.
District
Because
judge.
district judge doesn't grant casual leave. Okay.
CM the district judge.
CM is
station
district
leave I
judge.
got, no.
Station leave and vehicle is high court, sir.
No, not required there. Come to
Now this practice has come. I don't
you
know
must come through a district judge only that one. Not to direct.
Exemption. As if I'm
No,
offering.
no, no. Okay, see, one thing can be done. Of course, what I'm adding to that, what you to make it much more better is that you are by virtue of that calendar already previous calendar nominated, right? And what later comes to essay also regarding you.
Yes,
That is
sir.
also there. You are aware that training is on that day, and without mentioning that you write casually, it's not. I think it's not proper. There's a training schedule. I will do to this reason, and there is another casual.
So it can be added
Because
on
casual
the
leave-
casual leave, no sir. It can be added in the casual leave only, when I write casual leave. However, training is also being scheduled,
Yeah.
and so that can be done in
Yeah, that's what I
two
mean.
applications.
No, no, no,
sir.
no. So you can. So, but for this reason, see, ordinarily you will not take casual leave on training days unless it's essential. Casual leave means what? Casually you want to go somewhere, but do not want to attend the training fixed by the government. Right? So, mine has to be applied by the authority which is that it's not the situation that you must be given casually, despite the training. So your mention must be there, training is fixed on it, but because of this reason, I may be granted casually.
And maybe,
That must be there.
That is, yeah.
Otherwise, no one will come for training.
Thing
No?
is coming up.
Because
But it's
if that
just-
is not mentioned, High Court will not know, district judge may not know, and you have been granted someone finding,
No,
let's
district
say,
judge will
suppose
not know.
today you all three have taken casual leave. Only have to be here. That isn't that possible. So you must mention.
No, true, sir. But what we are saying is we
That's
don't
wrong.
want to
I agree.
do application.
I agree with that. No. Once casual leave is granted by the High Court, a district judge,
Yes, sir.
then you have mentioned that
Yes,
fact,
sir.
then it comes accordingly to us.
Yes, sir. Then we can.
Then it must be in the notice of the High Court which is granting,
Yes, sir.
or अच्छा casual leave को copy that's why the High Court
Copy to.
says copy चाहिँ आउनु पर्छ High Court. The section will say casual leave has been granted to the person on this day by the district judge. This was the reason, and that was the district judge's discretion. High Court won't say why you granted it unless it finds unexceptional grounds and reasons that district judge has. It will question it.
Yes.
Unless that questioning is there, you will say that it should be granted. Not who is saying to come to delay.
Now my sections told me that come through.
Yeah.
I talk about this at my own level with a particular person. Right? I think these are lower sections and
Yes, sir.
not coming from here.
No, not
Not like what?
just somehow the practice has developed.
Because just like why something might have happened in the class, but just like your email case, and they're saying no, I was blamed for it.
God will love him.
These things happen. Okay. So once it comes to director, what will director do? Casually granted by the
Yes,
district
sir.
judge. What will you do? He has no jurisdiction over you.
What if it's
Burden upon everyone. Us also.
You are not under administrative control of director. Even the training program is here.
Yes, sir.
But he is mentioned in the, because you will not, any one of you, will not take casual leave unless it's important on a training day.
Training day, yes, sir.
Sometimes the thing may not be very important, but it's in the way how you write it.
Yes, sir.
Suppose it's some cousin's marriage. I could may still say, where to go? Right. Not writing. This is not and the officer who is handling it. Make it a more sensuous and more but cousin is very close to my family, something like that. If she, in my, if you can take up one application of mine, even casually, which has not given reason, I'll leave this job. Because I felt that's the way to do it. Now, during winters, I was in charge. I got what was opening from, I will not name the officer, but see, this is to the extent, Court is tolerating. Be mindful of this. To the extent, from when the court is opening, we'll have to remember the first day. I gave on 28th January on leave of 8 days from beginning from 1st February. Now see, no, it's allowed. Rule doesn't bar. I'm telling you. Where does the rule say you can't make a
No, but I think the rule bars, sir.
it says immediately on the beginning that particular yes, no, there has been instances where everyone has got it. Right? And I'll tell you is that 28. It's not like okay, someone is writing on leave, it's quite serious. Someone needs it that too. A judicial officer on the first day is serious ball. I have to think from that perspective. As I looked at the ground, personal work. Then I thought, now, what is opening right on that day? I have to convince chief. She is not a will not work. I have to convince you. This is the problem, may it be granted. But I don't know the problem. It only says person. So I called up the officer and said, see, they have written personal work. What's the personal work? Because court is just opening up us. It need to be something special case to grant you leave on. Person gave reasons, which I found was not proper. Still I was willing to write that reason, okay? Maybe chief can consider I am not the one who makes the decision. Because that could have planned during the winter vacation. Then I said, okay, send me another one, write it. At least in brief, little bit, not 2 or 3 words. This one, income, the person called me up and said, I'll do it. I felt the ground given was not genuine. And once I went out and Parliament sir came on duty, somehow it was squeezed in and he was in a lot of trouble. And then, so that's what I'm talking about. I was willing to process it. Give me a reason to convince chief. Otherwise, if I just like, so and so, application received from so and so, from odd leave from one and so, Lordship may consider it. If approved, we may consider. You would have written it back to me, saying that what is the ground? Why to get into that aspect? Personally, you give me the ground. So, even casualty, suppose you are training one, give the reason. You are giving priority to go somewhere casually. rather than attending the training. The trainings are prefixed. You will be knowing. But yes, I agree that it required with that two-layered verification. OTP is not required for next academic. So no, such things you should bring it.
So it's not even questioning the authority of the academy. It's just that
It's not.
there's no logic to it. Because if CL is granted,
If that is written to, if you have written the reason, it's training that day and it comes to district judge also, okay, and a copy is sent to High Court, you will be knowing that you will not be on that day. So whatever stationery, whatever it will mark to director also. That should be the correct process. I talk at my own level. I don't
So
know.
also, if any district judge who's granting the casual leave, they can mention from that, yes, exactly. Like they copy to High Court, if there's a training we mentioned in an application, they can just copy it to the
director.
The grant, yeah, why not? But I do not know. Was it very? Or I just district judge who can't see around that.
If
Or
there's a general reason,
who has reason to,
So also I believe
who don't worry
casually,
explaining things.
so I think casually take the loss certificate in a year. And I think that is a right just to lapse because
What's the right for you?
no, because casually is that but that's my feeling I'm saying. I might be
You have second Saturdays and Sundays.
training after or second Saturdays, it's Sunday we are not fitting
I
right in
mentioned those trainings, right?
So I think casually should be granted freely.
Just granted.
Freely.
Even at High Court, as of now, in our situation, we have been granted. Everybody.
Even if I'm not feeling well today, I'm not feeling well today, I want to sleep in my bed. I think that should be given as like a little leniency.
Because what you said,
Same is though.
except in exceptional calls, I have even in my 11 years, 12 years of career, mine has not been rejected. So I have not seen anyone's being rejected also. Judicial officers as well as staff. These are granted.
So downside, just a discussion we were having. What about we only talk about all these like gadgets, all these computers and this everything. What about the disposal? Does eCourts and eCourt committee talk about or think about disposal when the machine is not working? It's all e-waste.
No. Okay, yeah. Why is it happening that, whatever you are telling, it came to my mind some days ago. There is nothing in this one, equals e-waste. So this was going through my mind just few days ago. So actually government notification is there with us as to how to dispose in these unworkable, whatever hardware is, whatever it is. But I think SDM is the nodal something, can deposit there. But eCourts as a system, as a project, I have not seen that. I have not read the entire that third phase booklet. It's very fine, but no one has talked about it till yet. I think it's not in this project. And actually it involves costing of transporting, because high courts such as Allahabad and the courts under it have huge.
But as a huge cost is not an excuse.
No.
Because
And very
very
it's an
important
excuse.
e-waste.
I didn't tell this excuse. No one has thought about it. That's it. Because once you think costing has to be given.
No,
Because why I said cost is because no one is talking about it. No one is talking about it. That means not in anyone's mind only.
See,
Project itself does not have anything about e-waste.
we can please
Yeah, but we have to be ready with the crowd because in this one you just kind of someone will tell something which never occurred to your mind, which is much better one, So you have to go well prepared. Every day, somewhere we will be losing. Someone will come out with some much better thing.
the training
More
also,
so this-
all over the
Yeah. Right. It didn't occur. That's what I'm telling you. Just few minutes ago, you said something which was there in my mind a few days back. But this waste, e-waste also, it was there just this week, so beginning of the week. I was thinking about it. Why it's not there in this project?
The integration of police, all these agencies, top five. That, because once the FIR is filed, we'll get to know that the FIR has been filed. So that integration is also happening.
See, ICJS is a very good one, good, integrated software. ICJS means police have their own CCTV, we have, CIS, jails have their own, revenue department have their own, and one more police. Police have another one also. Okay. Now the problem is this, as we said, is integrated. At our end, police can see our data also, our CIS data, but only limited. Pendency, so and so many, sort of things. How many cases are there in your court? They have access to that of our CIS data. We have given them that access. Okay. And even land revenue has how many civil cases concerning land revenue department spending. They can see that. But I am 100% sure they are not seeing it. They have the facility to do it, but they don't know how to use it. Okay. The problem is on their end. We are ready with everything. We are ready to accept e-charges. We are ready to accept anything. But at the police end, they are just feeding the data. And you know what happened in the West? I think it happened here also at a time, which I flagged the East District. I was in West, and I was told that these cases has been e-filed from the police. E-filing has started. Then I went and checked, okay, where I'm going. But at the court end, we can accept or reject. Once it is e-filed from their end, once we accept it, it directly goes to our software. Only, and now this design is in such a case, there is only one point of input. Police inputs every data. First input data is there, regarding cases, charges, okay. Once they enter it, it need not be replicated at our ends. Once it comes to us, those data will be fetched. Party name kyo, to make ease, no? That means there is only one point of data entry. In the court, it does not, and we do not have to enter. Now, the beginning process, therefore, is from the police. And there was certain pressure upon them from whatever their central institutions which are looking after CCTNS to make this data entries, to send courts the charge sheet. They are not sending charges, but they have still have the fields to enter data. They entered field and sent to us, and they were in so much pressure, they sent us disposed cases. And thankfully, I knew that case with name. It was a West Poxo case. Then I was just using it, what, how many cases they have filed, in accept and rejection. Then I saw it. And you know how cool our own staffs are. In a sense, not as a person. Okay? When working, the working is so routine, non-application of mind is seen everywhere. Now, there is an acceptance and rejection. So what they were doing, they thought rejection is a rule. Yes, acceptance is a rule. Accepting everything. Now, accepting requires, matching it with the physical files that are, because in our state still police do file the data, but physical files also come. If they have not given physical files like charge sheet through prosecution, then you wait for it. You will not accept it then. But they thought acceptance. Someone may have called them. He thinks sometimes we don't know what's happening down there. Someone else talks. Even they have links in the departments or offices, the sections. And someone calls from there. They have that mutual relation also. And then someone might have said, we have filed this. They started accepting it every day. Then I was perusing one case, I said, I knew it was disposed some months ago in the sessions court. Then I just clicked it and they called me, start to check the record. I feel that this case is disposed of, just check it without disposed. Disposed of. And once that one was found, we could find a line of such cases which are already disposed. And what our office did? Accepted it, registered it, and gave me new case number. In the hope that physical file will come one fine day. So that was happening in East also. So I immediately called up the East and said, see, police are filing this. It happened with us, it can happen with you also. They said, so far we have not found any disposed of cases. But later on they told me they found 4 or 5 disposed cases. What that led to was registering the case again, we have to delete it again. So, whenever it's not proper, we can just reject it. That will throw the burden to the people. Now, why someone may have done at their own level, played at the court level, or saying accept it? Because the moment we reject it, it's burden of police. Goes back to them. We give reasons why we are rejecting. For the practice, everyone accept, and they accept it. So this is the CCTNS. Now, the problem is police, those who are filing are those who are making the data entry at the police stations, it's made at the police station. Some districts don't have good internet connection. The other is, even if they have good internet connection, the one who is making entries are those police personnel will not fit in any other job. So you can't send him to patrolling because he drinks and he sleeps. Okay, you can't send him to some other job because he does something else. Now who is the one who can be spared to fill in data? At least we'll know something to type in if we teach him. Those people are good. Or they are GT entry, jobs also of constables. Now do you think all those who pass as a GT constable will know how to write and do the job properly? But they get job. So then the good ones will be usually making GT entry. Bad ones will be put in. So data entry is not proper from our end. We are, in the entire country, the judiciary is saying that we are ready with it. You give us proper data. So the integration is there. So we also on our part can see certain data on the CCTMS, what's happening there. We have those logins. But it will not be available in the user code, but yes, the institution as an institution can see those things. So the integration is not proper. Even in high speed, here, even in Google, you find it a lot. Hype one. Oh, now it's integrated everywhere. This is the most weak system in this entire system. Now, police is not digitizing. Policing system. Their administration, their workflow. Nothing is there. So only we cannot move. We are moving it. We are leaving them way behind. Even if you see e-governance is the only police administration that is not that does not have e-governance facility. What to say? We are. Tell me any Sikkim government website.
Tourism.
No, I don't SPS. Tourism, let's check. So much it should be. Just more revenue and. They have such heavy websites. Again, it's not working. You have to check it. See our website, the halat of our the website is such bad.
Tourism.
So-
Tourism Sikkim or tourism.
I'm to put the J back, but
Internet.
tourism development at least photo. See, I'm not criticizing without any reason, okay? I have reasons for doing so. I tried to renew my road tax of vehicle. You know what they said? Go to your own district. Didn't happen. Mobile method. The website is not mobile friendly. Their website. Join your iPhone method. And they are doing this because it's iPhone. What to tell that person who said because it's iPhone? It's overlapping. I couldn't click the tabs to make an entry. And I came to the website. There also it didn't work. Something down it said. I said some. So I said, okay, look, my registration is a West, no problem. I think motor vehicle office in Gangtok also. Can I do it here? And you can send my data to my district. This is my doesn't happen. So I had to call my driver there, my previous driver West, WhatsApp with my registration certificate and you pay it from me, I'll send it. Tell me any good e-system in our state. Such is the difficulty, we are having very hard time in implementing e-filing system. Our e-filing is the, e-payment. Our e-payment
No, just keep my life.
e-payment system is there in our, but how our treasury works. We said,
It goes via.
yeah. Our actual treasury is SBI.
SBS.
It's all our online deposits, not only our, every other deposit, goes to SBI. Gangtok. From there SBI. From some other district, it's not SBI. From Mangan, I still remember the one bank was there. Which acts as a treasury. Physically, that money is taken to SBS. You know it? Because, should I say it or people can keep it to yourselves and say, I personally feel that SBS is another Swiss bank in the world. No data goes outside. That is why they don't want to go on it. Now we are facing problem. There is a software called. Now, that is one thing. It was not attract and level best, to fool them and get around and get inside it. But 1 week, I thought they got fooled, but I reached at such a point, it's a big war for them. You can't fool them. I pulled a few of them down there and tried to, enter online DSPs of our system. But I thought I succeeded, but that was just tip of an iceberg. The bigger bug was lying somewhere else, which I am finding it difficult. In the High Court, the final is fact regarding this people. I never noticed that in the past. Okay. Now, the problem we are facing is now we can go through SBI also, no problem. There's one mechanism called defacement. It means once you use a particular challan by 5 years, it gets defaced automatically through software. Okay. Now SBS software doesn't have that. Because they were only concerned with receiving and giving money. Nothing else. And that too through SBI. The only data goes to them. How many has been deposited in SBI? Otherwise everything, money, etc. goes to SBI. SBI has the records of SBS of all online processes. Okay. Physically money is taken, they manually say how much SBI received and they take the money to state treasury. All those which you, except the ones which you deposit in the net. There's no mechanism of depositing in the net online. Okay, even if they are given it online, it goes to SBI. So it's a farce. It's just a face that it is sold. And not, SBS is not actually online. So we have a system called GRASS which does the defacement. The moment we integrate the middle software with SBS, its data will go to RBI. So I am having a headache on this. The committee says, we don't care what is your problem. I told them on the constitution, it's protected, can't do much. It's your problem, you solve it. Just a blunt answer. And that gives me a lot of headache. I haven't taken it to very high level, but I don't have time also. So I have thought that for now we are using SBI, we will do with this. Let one fine day come where we can really work on this. But I see it as impossible. The only thing that I ever thought impossible is this. Because it's the protection there. What can I do? If someone protects. From what angle should I argue? The moment that integration is made, the data is captured in all other places from where the fund is coming to SBS. Okay. Now there is no direct data. No? Data is with SBS. If you have sent certain fund to your bank account in SBI through online, let's suppose, then your data is still with SBI only. No one can prove that it went to SBS. That physical data for that in the files, not online. So no one can sit anywhere and access how many whatever. So just like electoral bonds. Yeah. Now data of SBS can be very if it's using that electoral bond process. One can give.
They won't
Well, it's not a problematic thing, but give us some solution to it. Okay, make the SBI some kind of treasury for all online purposes. Right, or make the treasury they will make, don't make, they will never make, because treasury means states, revenue entire is there. They will not give that data. One, there's nothing wrong in coming into the Indian system which is there. But the thing is, that is, what is it, beneficial, no. There's no banking system in the world, I don't know how Switzerland works. There's no banking system in the world where the centralized agency will not have a record. There's a certain purpose. But if you are given that relaxation, it is far more better. No, I have to get into that. No? Even I as a bank manager, even if I as some kind of executive heading, you say, no, we don't want to go. It's much more ease for me. I'll not be questioned so many times. And there's nothing wrong, law protects it. So I see it as an impossibility happening in the very near future, unless this everyone imposed, which will not go. So that's the problem. What you ask me? That's a big headache for me.
No, so I was thinking, now you're talking about the tourism and everything that the website was. But the High Court also, when all these forms and everything that
You
you
cannot criticize High Court website because I'll prove you it's one of the best. No, I'm just discussing, okay? I'm not saying this. You say
of course, there's no doubt that it's the best. So Very good. So all the forms that we feel, judicial officers are
Oh, to include that, yes, it's been, work has started. Okay. The problem with that is, why I'm slow on that is because it will, it is not some kind of local software or making some kind of certified copy or, like complaints. I know in these things, complaints will be very rare. RTI will be very rare. That's why I'm not, much concerned about its security immediately. We have sent it, it's coming back. But once you make that judicial order, immediately, make it proper as soon as possible. There will be filings from everywhere in the country. So I don't want to hurry with that software. Everything should be perfect in that.
It is only our state who doesn't have it. Every state has it.
We are doing that. We are doing that. Not only that, we are doing for the exam for the subordinate staffs also. That one, and now what we are thinking is, OMR seats for the subordinate. They do that GK and all. No? We do OMR. I have been able to, there are OMR machines which even can evaluate subjective answers. So let's see, I've been given that high hope.
So OMR sheet implement on it's very easy. SPSC have that OMR sheet machine that will be.
No, we will bring our own machine.
No, but if that is the problem, because having a machine is a
They're
problem.
not,
That is what all the other does it is.
they take from SPSC.
They give it to SPSC once the student has filled over. OMR sheet, they give it to SPSC. Machine though, check
You know the
it.
credibility of SPSC. Why will we? On the basis of what I am saying, the allegations that have been put in so many exams in the past. So that questions the credibility. Okay, I thought you had, this is a dynamic website, not
So
static.
only recruitment.
Come on, I think their website is static, right? It's not dynamic. But no, they are moving ahead with new website. Just comparing them.